Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we have to talk about what are your future goals. That's what we're going to talk about here briefly. I want to hear from you tonight on the Friday Night Live. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And I guess I should wear the hat appropriately. And welcome to the Friday Night Live stream once again. I thank you for being here. And tonight we're going to talk about what your future goals are going to be. We're going to talk about what you possibly want to do. And let's see if we can make some things happen. You know, the emerging millionaire status. And again, it's been a wonderful week. Everything's been going according to plans. So how's things been going for you? Let's see who's in the house. Hello, E-Money. How's it going? Kel Slater on the Friday Night Live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Melanie Bonita, Miss 23 Streams of Income with the icon next to her name. Great evening, SSN family. Thank you so much for being here, Melanie Bonita. And again, I always point out, she has books at Amazon.com. You can go there. And she has her own channel as well under her name, Melody Bonita, so you guys can find her all over the place. And she is Miss 23 Streams of Income. We all need at least 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if you can get them. Tanisha Lyles is in the house. Miss Price is Right is here with the icon next to her name. Happy Friday, family. And by the way, Tanisha Lyles, I did check the Celsius. And when I went back there, I don't think it goes by name. It goes by email address. So it starts with the first letter and then the last letter. And then they put in stars for the rest of it. So I don't know. I can't tell because it doesn't go by names. So that's the Celsius Network promo to everybody get. Celsius Network, link down below. If you're into crypto, you deposit $400 more over at Celsius Network. They give you $40 of free Bitcoin. All right, that's your first deposit. Wilson Koo's in the house. Welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Good evening, Mr. Burton, SSN Fam 100. Melanie Bonita, I love that intro video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that compliment and the feedback. Diesel Mike's in the house. Welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. The icon is next to his name. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? At Melanie Bonita. That's it. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the Friday Night Live stream. And once again, he's got his signature line, let's do this. And we're going to make it happen because we're going to hear what you plan on doing in the future. Horace Lawson, welcome to the Friday Night Live stream here at SSN Nation. Glad to be in the building to get these blessings and great info. Thank you so much. I'm very happy you're here as well. Everybody get your pen, pads, and pencils ready because you got to keep them handy. You never know what gems are going to be dropped by the SSN Nation. Moses Tillman's in the house. Good evening, SSN fam. Let's get it. That's his signature line as well. I'm blessed at Diesel Mike. How are you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know, what are your future goals? I want to hear about this tonight. We got to talk sometimes in the SSN Nation house, as we always do. And we have to talk about other things because the bottom line to the story is no matter what your future plans are, it always involves money. You're going to need it. You can't live anywhere for free. And some of you may know what I'm referring to because a lot of people say the ultimate goal is I want to have a house. Well, what they don't tell you is you still have bills to pay, whether it's the water, sewer, garbage, whether it's taxes, you're always going to owe money. So therefore, your future goals have to include a way to have regenerative income coming in some sort of way, whether you have a pension, that's nice. But again, inflation does matter. So these are the type of things most people have goals about. They're saying, I just want to get my house. I want to have cars. I want to have clothes. I want to be comfortable. Unfortunately, there's a cost to being comfortable. And that cost is no matter what you have, you got to pay. And whether it's going to be paying taxes, whether it's when you go out and buy groceries or any items they add on the sales tax, there's just no way you can sit in a location without having to pay. So therefore, that means you need to get streams of income. I'm not going to tell you where to go for those streams of income, although we have went over several, but it's up to you what you feel comfortable about in generating these extra income. A lot of people don't like real estate. A lot of people don't like stocks. A lot of people don't like crypto. A lot of people don't like a lot of different things, but you're just going to have to find out what you like and then monetize yourself. That is what's happening here. All right. Melanie Bonita, my future goal is to make $1 million a year. Well, Miss 23 streams of income. She's well on her way. In case you guys missed the previous videos where I actually went over when a person starts making more money, where that money is generated from. And generally, it's from business revenues, business profits. It starts taking over the higher net worth you are. So just keeping it pretty simple, if a person's worth basically $100,000, it makes it easy. Most of the time, all they have is a house and a few other assets. But when a person is worth, let's say, about 5 million, all of a sudden it switches. Everything goes, the majority goes towards businesses. That means with an S at the end, streams of revenue is a business as well. So these are the kind of things that you have to think about, and she's well on her way. So that will probably happen. Curtis Davis is in the house with the Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name, otherwise known as Mr. Financial. Hello, SSN family. Has anybody stayed in LA? Expensive parking, housing? Yeah, tell me about it. LA, all the big major cities, LA, San Francisco, New York, Miami, you name it. Hell, if anybody's lived on the West Coast, when you're in downtown LA or even in downtown San Francisco, parking overnight could be $40 a night. Yeah, you have a car and the parking garage could charge you $400 a month. I mean, it's out of control. $500 a month just for you to park your car, and then you really don't even need your car because you can use mass transit or Uber, Lyft, whatever, and get around. So people are paying $400, $500, $600 to park cars a month, and then their apartments, if they're if you're buying something, it's all over $1 million. But if you're renting, a studio unit costs like $3,000. It's out of control. Yeah, out of control. And never mind about the taxes. Cali has crazy taxes. But he's right about that. My goal to make $100K per month, 10 streams per month. That'll work. That is exactly what we're trying to get here, ladies and gentlemen, because soon as you figure out that you're going to have to monetize yourself, that you just can't sit back and relax. Like I said, I challenge anybody. Please contact me when you see a billionaire, multimillionaire, or a person that is well off. Let me know when you see them sitting around for months at a time. First off, you get bored. That's the easiest part that most people don't understand. You get bored with that relatively quickly, no interaction. And then you figure out the next thing goes, wait a minute, I need a challenge. So then you start doing something else. And so that's generally what happens. So therefore, let me know when you find the millionaires, billionaires, the people that are very successful. Has it ever dawned on you, why are they still out there speaking? Why are they still out here doing like Shark Tank, trying to get other businesses, buying in equities, trying to do all this other stuff when clearly you can sit around and do nothing if you wanted to? But that right there is the problem, because you'll be sitting around doing nothing by yourself. So therefore, you might as well keep going and have a little fun in the process. So we'll get there anytime Of course, Curtis Davis will be getting there, I'm pretty sure, shortly. 33 Naughties in the house. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Good evening, everyone. And by the way, you guys know the obligatory, in case you're new here, most people already know what's coming. The $10 free from Bitcoin. Go to Coinbase. It's down below in the description. The other parts, the free stocks from Robinhood and Webull, you got to talk about that as well. The links are down below for that, in case you're not familiar with Robinhood and Webull. Those are stock apps and free trading, no cost. You can also buy a little crypto, except it's not crypto where you have your own keys. You're just buying like ETFs at the moment. That's basically what it is to me, but it's still crypto. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, probably some others. But down below in the description, I mentioned also Celsius Network. That's how you earn interest every day on your crypto. The link is down below in the description as well. If you deposit on your first deposit, you send $400 in coins, $400 or more, then you get $40 of free BTC. Links are down below. It also goes with, this is the new frontier, the people's money. You can borrow money against your assets with Celsius. Also Nexo, but the link for Celsius is down below. All right? Pretty standard. Everybody that has the icon, everybody that's normally here knows that speech that I just gave. All right? Top 5 business ideas for state of Florida. Kel Slater. I can't give it to you. I have no idea what the top 5 business ideas are. You're going to come up with something yourself on that. Florida is it's a tourist area sometimes, but it's growing up. Maybe not so much tourists now. They're trying to do some things like in June, the first week in June, in about a week, they have a Bitcoin conference. They're trying to get a lot of tech companies to move to South Florida. Now, business ideas wise, you got a bunch. I'll go for a few. Maybe somebody else will chip in, because there is one thing for sure down here in the South, and especially in the Florida. There's always a landscaping business that can be started. It's off the charts. Everybody needs landscaping. It's crazy. So it always rains, always grass is growing. People don't even live here. They're snowbirds. I'm in Georgia now, but it could be Georgia, Florida, doesn't matter. People are snowbirds. They're not even around. They need somebody to take care of their properties, whether that's lawn care, whether it's tree care, it doesn't matter. Whether it's touch-ups, painting, handyman, all this stuff is going on. So that's needed all the time. But I can't help you, Kel Slater. Maybe somebody else will chip in with some other business ideas in the state of Florida, because right now in 2021, you definitely have to add some streams of income. It's a lot easier to add streams of income when it has to do with online. Now, granted, it might take time to build it up, but that's one of the things. And as far as doing manual, which I call hand-to-hand combat, which means I'm out there, whether I have a store, whether I have a restaurant, whether I have any type of brick and mortar business, that's hand-to-hand combat to me, because I can only get as many people that come in the door to see me. And then I have to always constantly try to advertise to get those people in. And the same thing you could do online, except instead of reaching, 1,000 to 2,000 people online, you could reach 5 to 10,000 or 20 or a million. Just depends on what you're doing. So the first thing is you want to grab yourself online materials, whether that's Buzzsprout for a podcast, StreamYard for live streams, or just get the usual social media websites and then start using the Facebooks, the Amazons, and things like that. So we're going to find out. Another bad day in the stocks and crypto market today, but I'm still good because I bought low during the last dip. Thanks to you, Eric. Thank you so much, 33 Naughty. That's how you got to keep doing it. It's not based on week to week, as you very well know. When you're buying investments, it's always based on long-term investing. Now, there is something that I wanted to keep, because we were talking about something now that you brought it up, but I'm going to go down the list a little bit longer. Yes. So that's how you got to do it right. I'm a city boy, but even if I was well off, I'm buying a medium-sized ranch or farm and living the simple life. That's it, Diesel Mike. That's how you have to do it. And then you just got to keep just what all the rest of the well-to-do people or people that are retired, they have to sit there and say, you know what, I got to keep money coming in, because bills keep coming. It does not stop. So if you think you're just going to be able, not you, Diesel Mike, but if people are thinking that they're able to just sit around and not have streams of income or not have some other extracurricular activity, you're going to be sadly mistaken. So you can go, and one of the best things to do is have a farm and a ranch, because then you'll be out being active and doing something. You'll have a little challenge, because sitting around, you're not going to be able to do. No matter if you had 10 million, 20 million, 200 million, it doesn't happen. Moses Tillman, here we go. Moses Tillman comes up with the 5 business ideas: landscaping, car wash, towing, tire repair. Yeah, all over the place in Florida, that's for sure. And somebody needs those services all the time. And in Florida, the AAA towing, which I have, I call them up. You best believe it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour and a half. It's crazy. The dispatchers don't have enough tow companies, apparently. Now, granted, it does take a little bit to get into towing, but hell, you never know. There's always deals to be had. Florida, Moses Tillman, exactly. From Florida, he's got it. Agree, landscaping, grass, unlimited grow. Exactly. That's the easy ones. That's right. That's the easy ones. That's what I was going for as well. That's what I'm saying. If you want the easy ones also, on all those except for the towing, those have no barrier to entry, and your entry is very inexpensive to get into, because even a tire repair place, and they have used tires, you can order new tires. You just need a location where people know that you have used tires or do tire repair. They'll come to you. So it's almost like no barrier to entry on at least 4 of those things on the list. So that's easy. Yes, digital tools are part of the marketing system, less expensive than traditional sources. Exactly. Goal in 3 years, become expat, start traveling around the world. First, Europe, start a YouTube channel, record that journey, then watch those multiple streams of income hit my account. That's it, Victor Morel. That's what we're talking about here. That's the goals and dreams and plans, because that's just it. If you're going to be traveling around, you might as well start your own YouTube journey channel and let people follow along, because that is very, very popular. You know, I don't know the stats, but the funny thing is, people don't even generally leave like 100 miles from their home. The majority of people in America stay within 100 miles of where they grew up from. And then, heaven forbid, then it drops off drastically when you say how many people have left the country. And it drops dramatically. So any type of videos that shows a journey outside the United States, tons of people watch that, because they don't get to go over there or wherever those places may be. So it just reminds me that I should have recorded more video when I was outside of the country, instead of just thinking, oh, well, no biggie. And now it would have been a good thing to have an unlimited video every time I left the United States. That probably would be another channel in itself. But that is a great idea for anyone. Even if you're traveling around the United States, you can still do it. In fact, you can do video just by the city and do like restaurants or landmarks just for the city. And you can make 10-minute videos, post them on YouTube. And now you start having traffic and people might be interested. I mean, I could do it like right now, since I'm in Atlanta. I can go to downtown Atlanta or go to different spots in Atlanta and just talk about it. I'm sure some people would watch it. So if that was the type of channel that I had. So wherever you are, you can start the process no matter where you are. And I'm saying you could live in a small town USA and just talk about that. And so there's different things that you can do with the same type of ideas. Even celebrities do Capital One commercial or ads on side hustles. Exactly. Everybody, even the look at this, A-Rod. He plays baseball. The man gets like $250 million in one contract. I don't know what his other contracts were, but $250 million. And here's the man still out here saying, let me go get some more businesses. Let me go invest in some other companies. Let me invest in some startups. He's still out here hustling. He's not sitting around having fun, even though he does have fun. But the point is, the man made enough where he can just sit back and relax. But you don't see him sitting back and relax. And like I say, all the guys on Shark Tank, they're all billionaires. They have billions in revenue. They're not sitting back. So, that's just the way it is. In a few months, I will be bringing a towing business with military values in Florida. 33 Naughty. That's right. He did say it. He has that plan already in motion. This is great to hear. This is awesome to hear. This is what I like to hear right there. Yes, 70% of people live 100 miles within family. But now with internet, anybody can reach millions of people. Exactly. There we go. That's probably the stat right there. It's incredible how many people don't even leave generally the state, let alone the country. It's incredible. So I recommend a few things when it comes to people that live in America. I seriously suggest that you leave America, at least if you can get out of America for a week to 2 weeks and go to different parts of the world. It doesn't, even if you can go anywhere. I don't even have any suggestions, but I just mean, if it's Europe, so be it. If it's Africa, so be it. If it's Asia, so be it. If it's South America, so be it. If you can spend more than just a touristy like few days, 3, 4, 5 days, and you can actually stay like 2, 3 weeks, you will start seeing there's differences. All right. Now, whether it's good or bad, that's yet for you to determine. But I'm going to say with everything comes good things. Because I'm going to say Dominican Republic, which I never went to until last year, till December. When I'm sitting there and just little stuff that I always had a problem with in America. So I'll give you a little stuff when I'm talking about. So you're walking around, you're sitting there and all of a sudden you want, I need like $700. Well, at my banks, I can't take out 700 past like 400 or 500 in a day on the ATM machine. Sometimes when I'm in like New York or something like that, I might be able to, but most of the time I can only take out so much in a day. So when I'm at Dominican Republic and I'm just at the ATM machine, they had a max of like, I think it was $200 USD, $200, because that's like 1,000 or something like that in their peso, I think. But anyhow, I don't know how much it is in peso. But anyhow, the point I'm trying to make is I kept going 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. I was like, wait, that's 1,000. I was like, wait, I'll try another 200, 1,200. I was like, I can't do that in America. There's just little stuff like that, And then when you find out, like if you missed the Ask Johan series, and one of the questions we were talking about was insurance. They have different insurance laws, so you don't have all these people suing people left, right, over any stupid thing, right? It's like your own responsibility. So that right there is pretty major, because how many people here in America, their first things is, well, I better get home insurance, because if somebody slips and fall, I could be sued. Or when you start your business, it's like, oh man, when somebody comes in here and hurts themselves, I got to have insurance. Oh, well, I hired employees. I guess I better have insurance. All those things is siphoning off money out of your pockets. That's the thing right there. Speaking of that, there's going to be a video coming out tomorrow about this siphoning off the pockets by the man. And so that's what I'm going to have coming out tomorrow. So it's just little stuff like that you don't realize that you're thinking about. And then when you go out the country, and like I said, in the DR, yes, it's an undeveloped nation, but they're trying to get there. But the point I'm trying to make is they're not the litigious Dominican Republic, like the litigious United States of America. So they do things differently. You want to go out there and act a fool, get hurt? That's your problem. You better have insurance. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you don't come up here trying to sue somebody else because you out here acting stupid. So that's the things that I like, and you just find this stuff out. The Falcon games, the spot in ATL tonight, playoff game. Oh, the Hawks, you mean? The Hawks tonight. I forgot all about it. It probably wouldn't even be sold out either, the way the fans are here in the ATL. But I don't know, because last time I went to a game was whenever the NBA All-Star game was at Phillips Arena. That's the last time I went to the Hawks arena. I don't even know where they play at, really. But that would have been very interesting. That just reminds me, that means they have 2 games here in the house. Man, maybe I should take my dad to the Hawks game. Nah, I don't know if he'll like it. He used to be a basketball coach, so he might not like it that much. But maybe we'll decide. Maybe that'll be content. That'll be some more content. Diesel Mike, I used to do emergency roadside service years ago. Not even tows, just jump starts, tire changes. Exactly, an emergency fuel delivery. Just need a car, a jack, and a lug wrench, electric jump starter, and gas can. Exactly, Diesel Mike. I lock myself outside of my car. I do it all the time. And so, of course, I have AAA. So I call them up, and the person that came out was in just a little truck just because they knew they just needed to jimmy my car and open it up, or gas or whatever. Like he just said, there's a service for that. That's minimal entry as well. And it's not only for AAA, because your insurance companies also have added tow service. And in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, that's not a bad idea to even just start the damn business. How much does AAA charge? 60, what is that? 64, 75, 100, and depends on the one you have. I have like the 120, I think it is. 114 a year, platinum. So I guess if you had like 1,000 people paying $100 a month on average, and all you had to do was do one of these little things here, the jump start, the tire change, emergency fuel delivery, forget the tow truck. That's a lower barrier to entry, because tow trucks they're expensive depending on age and things like that. Yeah, I mean, Hawks game. Yeah, exactly. I know what you meant. Victor Marrero at 3390. Have you looked into what VA can do for you in terms of starting a small business? Thank you so much, Victor Marrero. That's it exactly. There goes another gem. Because if you're in the military, a home, a business, insurances, all this, you get discounts, or they have what you would call grants. All kind of things are available. You got to look into it deeply. He's right. That Victor, not yet, but I'm interested in finding out what they have to offer for vets as far as small business loans goes. Yes, 3390. In fact, forget the loan part. Just go for the grant part. Go for the grants first, because the loans, oftentimes you have to pay back. All right? Damn it, Diesel Mike. There we go. That's my hustle. There we go. There we go. This is the Diesel Mike hustle. This is what he's saying. Emergency roadside service. And Moses Tillman says, damn you, Diesel Mike, that's my hustle. Well, like I said, but Moses Tillman, you're in Florida, so you know what I'm talking about. That hustle's all year round, because there are a lot of people that hang out, and there's a lot of people that are elderly, and they simply aren't going to change a tire. But they have the roadside service assistance, and then you have a lot of young people driving around, and they're like, well, I'm not changing a tire. So I think, all that is needed in the state of Florida. My money goes a lot further overseas. The cost of living is so much cheaper. Here, everyone wants a piece of you. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I just like the rest of the world is interesting. You guys got to catch some of those flights. Let me give you a little flight secret. All right. I used to do travel. Here's the little flight secret. So if you're going to go outside the country, you leave from I'll say Europe. When you go to Europe, you always want to leave out of a major city. That will give you the best discount, especially if that city's like New York. If that city is something like Miami, those are the cities on the East Coast. Once you leave out of there, you could fly round trip to somewhere in Europe for like $500. But if you try to say, well, I'm going to leave out of, I don't know, Birmingham, Alabama, for instance, all of a sudden they want like $900 round trip. You know what I'm saying? So you can get to those major destinations inside the United States a lot cheaper. So any small town flying into a major city, most major cities, you can get that relatively inexpensively. So it'll cost you maybe $150 a round trip to get to these major cities. And then it's only going to cost you $500-600 on a good day to go to Europe. So you're out of pocket $700 maybe. So That's one of the things. But on to what Victor Marrero's talking about. The thing is, here's what I always like when you go to Europe, for instance. Just like the cell phone nonsense that goes on in America, even in Asia and a bunch of places. Here we are in America paying, I pay $40 a month for T-Mobile. But most of the time, I guess that's the rate, 60, 70 bucks it could be. But the thing is, in America, in the cell phone industry, when you leave the country, all of a sudden your cell phone carrier starts going, oh, yeah, we'll hook you up, but we're going to charge you extra money plus like $1 or $2 per minute once you go over a certain amount of texts or a certain amount of minutes. So that is so funny because if you go overseas, then all of a sudden you're like, how much is that SIM card that's worldwide? And these guys will say something stupid. They'll say like, oh, $50 and includes minutes and includes internet, 4G. And I'm like, wait, my carrier is going to charge me per minute. And it's like, yeah, well, this is 250 minutes for $50 and you have 4G of X amount of gigabytes, $50. Switch your SIM card. That's it. Call it a day. It's a wrap. I'm sitting there like, this is so funny. So in Europe, Asia, everybody works like the same way except in America. It's just ridiculous. Crazy. And then everybody overseas also, most of their phones are dual SIM cards. That's like standard because they swap SIM cards all the time. No biggie. And they don't cost $200, $300 either. It's crazy. So it's just little stuff like that. And plus everything else is cheaper because the cost of living is lower. So they can't charge people the same that they do in America. I got all that stuff for tire repair, jump start. That's it, Moses Tillman, dual mobile service. There we go. Here goes something else. He's saying Moses Tillman says this is what he does. That's awesome because Florida is like the hot spot for it. Diesel Mike, Moses Tillman. Yeah, exactly. Always busy in Tampa. Exactly. Tampa, I would imagine, is almost like Miami. There's always going to be somebody because Tampa is not just Tampa. I mean, you go across the water, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and now they have these suburbs outside of Tampa now. And so Tampa stretches across a vast area in that region. And now you have a bunch of tourists coming down. You have a bunch of things going on with people wanting to be in that area, whether it's business-wise or whatever. But with all that said, you have a bunch of cars that people are driving. There's Turos, there's hypercars, there's Uber, Lyft. All this maintenance that needs to be required that normally wouldn't have been needed is now needed. People are getting themselves stranded. There are more cars on the road. Victor, yes, you don't have to ever move to Cali or New York or Miami. That's correct. That's correct, guys. That's why I have to have my address in Florida. I'm the new Florida resident. I never forget going through Miami Airport. Love it. And first favorite, SFO International Airport. Nice. Flew out to China. Yeah. If you haven't been to SFO International in the last like 2 years, 3 years, yeah, it is one of the coolest ones because they have I'm into the healthy food category, organics, natural foods. It's so at the airport in San Francisco, they have seatings, lounges, workspaces. It's pretty wild. The new airport that it's not it's the same airport, but they're retrofitting it. So it's pretty nice. Miami Airport, I can't remember. I haven't been to Miami Airport in a long time, but it seemed easy enough. I like the Houston Airport simply because they have all the bars and the restaurants and things like that. I also like Chicago's airport because of the same thing. Restaurants, bars, hanging out. But sadly, every time I go to these airports, except for Houston, every time I go whenever I stop in Chi-Town, I'm only there for like 45 minutes. They always have me an interchange within an hour, which is good. But I like that airport too. Yes, we never use SIM card, but Skype worked good. Need just internet at hotel. Yeah, if you stay at hotel, you're all good. Yep. But usually when you're out and about, you need that internet. Yes, in Africa, dual SIM cards. Exactly. It's incredible. There's no issues whatsoever with, we're the only country that has all this issue with cell services. It's crazy. And they want to try and charge us too much. Global question. Do you think China or India next power city? Billions of consumers, but no infrastructure. Well, therein lies the whole play right there, as far as I'm concerned. So just like you're saying, everybody knows they have billions of people. This is why the car companies, even Ford and all those guys, that's why they had to enter the Chinese market like 20, 30 years back, because they were like, well, sooner or later, these people might have some money. And the same is going to hold true with India. So you're going to have a bunch of infrastructure being built over the next, well, in our lifetimes, 20, 30, 40 years. And some people are going to be able to become wealthy on that, because if you can get a way to provide some supply their countries, then you'll be well off. So that is an option. But I do think, but I don't really know about China and India. I think China is well ahead of India. But you know what? The Chinese and the Indian government, they're not for the people. They're just like the United States government. They're trying to keep people down. So that is why these guys haven't exploded on the scene, because they're trying to make sure that they have like slave labor, instead of saying, you know what, why don't we just make sure everybody can be productive and pay them what they need, and then we can have them buy stuff, and then we can expand all over our country. But instead, they want to make sure that they have slave laborers in each of those countries, India or China, for some strange reason. And then they allow certain people to be well off. But they have billions of people. So they're going to let like 750 to 800 million people be like slave labor, live in poverty. 200 million people get to live well off. What kind of, that's just ridiculous. India is doing the same thing. Their president is over there acting like a clown. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. They have all these people that are saying, hey, we're ready to work. We're ready to contribute. And they're just like, no. We got a spot for you over here. Stay in the shacks. We are only going to let these friends and these companies and all these guys operate. Same thing. And instead of trying to get everybody on board and make everybody productive, they're trying to only make sure the power stays in a few people's hands. Same thing. No difference. It's just disgusting. Curtis Davis agreed. That will be financial suicide. The closest I'll get to Cali would be looking at a postcard. That's right. Can't blame anybody for saying anything about that, because they are taxing you over there. I have to turn off my other phone. If not, it's always ringing. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's number one. I knew it was going to be hot, because that's just the way it is. Florida is a tourist destination, and right now, Florida is becoming a hotspot. And I'm going to tell you guys again, there's a reason why. Texas is the same way. It's because of the tax situation. If you don't have state income tax, how much is that going to save you? You guys, most of you filed your tax returns, and some of you can start looking right now at your tax return and go, how much did I pay my state? And then just imagine that was wiped out. And some of you are going to sit there and go, wait a minute, that's 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 grand. Wait a minute. What am I doing every year? And now when you say every year I could save that same 10, 12, wait a minute, 10 years, 100 grand. Yeah, okay. It starts adding up. Starts really adding up. And plus the fact, not only is it the save, I could have saved over that time like 100 grand. What the problem is, you could have invested like $3,000 or $2,000 or $1,000 every year. And that 100 grand wouldn't be 100 grand. It would be more than that, especially if it was in the last 10 years. So in the last 10 years, if you had $5,000 to invest, you could have bought like, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, all these things in single digits. I mean, even Nvidia, single digits, which is now $400 or $500. I mean, you could have bought all these in single digits. Or, I mean, I don't mean single. What I mean is under $100. So it's double digits. Could have bought all these in double digits. And you could have 6, 7, 10 times your money doing nothing but sitting here relaxing. And just by saving and using that tax savings. And that's how people are getting wealthy in other states like Texas and Nevada and Florida and other states which has a minimal tax rates. Wyoming. So That's definitely what's happening. Victor, exactly. Victor Marrero, where's my postcard? Tanisha Lyles, live from SoCal. DFW, pretty new inner train. Dallas has come a long way since 2000. Yes, that's true. When they built that train that goes around and drops you off, that's the only part I really don't really like about it, is that if I land there and then I have to change terminals. So I got to go upstairs, hit that little monorail, and then go around. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, I guess it's better than the original DFW system. But I do like how DFW, you can walk in, come in through security at many different points. That's pretty cool. It's all good at Diesel Mike. We are one big family. That's right. Or in other words, it's enough business for everybody. That's what basically it is. Facts, yes, Eric, love idea. Take care of people first, then tax them. Very sad about Modi letting people die. Exactly. He's like, he went the other way. He goes, wait a minute. We got over 1 billion people over here. So, and almost over half lives in shacks. This is an opportunity for me to get rid of a large segment of the population. So we're just going to not do anything and let it run rampant. And now it's affecting their whole economic system. And now look, Eric, the Orlando tourism is coming back with the vengeance. I know this weekend I had like 10 people all across United States, Hawaii, trying to make reservations in the last 24 hours for 3 days. May 28th through May 31st. I couldn't believe it. I was looking at my phone. In fact, I probably had somebody else tonight trying to still get in. It's crazy. All over the place. Our Margaritaville bookings are out of control. I can only imagine. I am now worried about wear and tear on our furniture. Victor Marrero, hey, Victor Marrero, it's all business, my man. You know that. You know that furniture is depreciating asset. You know you can write that off. Come on now. Don't be complaining. Take that profits and go buy yourself some new furniture. Yeah, it is going to take wear and tear. That's why you got to basically, I don't know what your replacement schedule is, but it's got to be what, 4 or 5, well, normally 4 or 5 years, right? That's about somewhere around the normal time frame when you can depreciate it out. So, or you can do it sooner if you want, but I'm just saying, yeah, it's taking its toll, that's for sure. Robbie D's in the house. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. What's up, Eric? Glad to be on for more nuggets. Just got done dining for my family, DJing for my family. That's right, Robbie D's a DJ, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the house. In fact, Robbie D, send me, okay, I'll do this. I'm going to do something a little different. Send me like a 10-minute music. No words. Well, okay, you can have words, but they can't be curse words. I don't want to hear anything about the B word, the N words. I just want it all clean if you're going to put words in there. Send me about 10 minutes. I'll play some background music and some video, and then I'll give it to courtesy of Robbie D. All right? So just do that. Maybe we'll make some things happen. All right? Victor and Cali people, get used to the taxes, but it's beautiful state of beach cities like Santa Barbara, Costa Mesa, Half Moon Bay. That's right. Yeah. That's the thing right there. You're paying for all of that. That's the point about California. And then California got greedy. That's just plain and simple. They're just greedy now. So they basically, I can't remember what economy they are, but they're in the top 10 in the economies in the world, the state of California. So they're like, all the tech companies are here, so we can tax people because they all make, $200,000-$300,000 a year. So they don't mind paying $30,000 in taxes a year. Because they're making a large sum of money with side hustles. And then the ordinary citizens are getting screwed because they make like $100,000 a year, and then they got to pay $10,000 just in the state tax. Then you have a house, and they want to charge you almost like 5% of your house value in tax. It's just out of control. And yet we have the beaches, you have the boardwalks, you have the piers, you got all this stuff. But the funny part is, you have all that stuff if you're in Florida, Texas, Louisiana, all the Gulf states, Myrtle Beach, have all the same things. Except you're not going to be making as much in those locations, but you don't have taxes, or 2% of the tax you're paying up there. So that's a big trade-off. So it's worth visiting. But ladies and gentlemen, I might as well just tell you right now, Half Moon Bay, Santa Barbara, Costa Mesa, those are all beautiful areas, just like San Diego, all beautiful, all awesome. San Francisco. I mean, when you start thinking about California, you have to start thinking it's unlike most states, unlike any other state. It's this is like a promo for Cali. You got San Francisco by the Bay. Across from San Francisco is Sausalito, that's like people don't even talk about, which is a nice little hidden spot. Then Oakland isn't Oakland of old, like 30, 40 years back. Oakland now has said we got to ramp up. So even over in Oakland now, it's cool. Jack London Square is even cool. So now you do that part. There's still more. So you still have like Napa Valley. All right. Like he just said, Santa Barbara, Costa Mesa, Half Moon Bay. Those are spots as well. But I mean, now you can go to SoCal where Tanisha Lyles hangs out. And now you have Santa Monica. You have Venice Beach. Everybody's mostly heard of those. Then you say, well, what else is happening? There's a Big Bear up there. That's a mountain where there's lakes. They have Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear Lake. And that's only like 45 to an hour outside of LA. It might take you longer to get there because of traffic, but still. Now you got skiing, just like Northern California. Sacramento's there, but it's interior. Then you got an hour and a half to Lake Tahoe. Skiing, and there's a lake. So summer and winter, that's the spot. So have all this stuff going on. Then we go down to San Diego, and now you find yourself Mission Beach, for instance. And now you're hanging out there on the beach and the boardwalk. And it just keeps going and going. Ocean. In Newport Beach area, another place. Cali, that's why California is spoiled, because they have all these locations that are so cool, and then they're taxing people. And now people are saying, I'm out. I'm bye-bye. If the United States does not commit to some type of massive innovation project very soon, China will take the global leadership role. Myth 5 Media 5, welcome to the Friday night live stream and the icon next to your name. Thank you so much for being here. And he just said it exactly right. This is exactly right. This is why we were talking about earlier, why you guys need to go outside the country, because you're going to be shocked when you find out all this propaganda that you were thinking that we were way ahead of the world and all this stuff. Well, I got sad news for you. We are not way ahead of anybody. All right. The rest of the world is already caught up, and they don't have restrictions. They don't have freaking people in government trying to hold down technology. They're just like, hold on. If we create this technology before America does, then that means we take them out of the equation. You guys know how this goes. First mover advantage. So all these other countries, they're doing damage. And the United States government is doing the United States American citizens a disservice. All right? So when you do things like this, Hawaii, the Hawaii phone company out of China, all of a sudden they go, hey, we want to call them a security risk, that they have spyware. We can't allow our citizens to buy the phones. Guess who's the number 3 phone manufacturer in the world and does not even have the United States market? Huawei. Exactly. And you know all those phones, like the Apple phones that cost $1,400, the Samsung phones, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,000. Those same phones in Huawei with dual SIM cards are $400, $500, $600. And not only that, they have cameras on their phones that are already at 50, 60, 70 megapixels. They already have dual SIM cards, standard issue, and their phones are $400, $500, $600. third in the world and don't even have access to United States market. That ought to tell you something right there. All right. So then we had to take away their Google so they wouldn't be able to use our Android apps and things like that. They're like, wait, we produce this, our own stuff already. We don't even need you in reality. You just cut off your own supplies. We'll just use our own companies because they're stealing the technology anyhow. So adios. We'll just take the rest of the world, which is what they're done. So this is the kind of stuff that you find out while you're going around the world. And then when you go there, you're like, what's this? And you're looking at stuff like, what the hell's going on? In 2007, story time, because he said this about China, 2007-8, I'm playing poker. It's the World Series of Poker. So we all basically at that time, you don't have these smartphones that you have right now. But you do have the new phones that has the screens on them, and the phones are probably like 4 inches, I think, something like that. But you still have the new LCD screens, and it's just now coming out. So a girl that's playing she wasn't playing, but she was at the World Series of Poker, and she was standing around the table. She had like this phone that was like big as this phone. You guys can see my phone. It's a Note 9. It's this big, plus about another inch on it, or 2 inches. And she's sitting there talking on it. I was like, what the hell is that? Oh, she turns it over. It's a damn tablet, what we call a tablet now, except her tablet already she's calling somewhere in Asia already. And I'm sitting there like, this is incredible. What's going on? We don't have these things. So literally, she's talking on like a tablet almost size and calling outside of the country. And I'm sitting there like, we're behind. So these are the kind of things that comes up. And that was actually in Las Vegas. It wasn't even in Asia. That was in Las Vegas. So I was just like, this is incredible what's happening. Yes, Modi could have gotten all that money back instead of just giving rhetoric, hype, do the hard work, infrastructure, and keep people jobs. Exactly. I got you, Robbie D. Thank you, man. I got you too. So like I said, so I got to always have that Robbie D DJ. Give me the official name as well, so I'll know what the official name will be when I run it. San Diego is the best. I was stationed there back in 86. Oh, yeah. Robbie D knows what time it is. Were you saying Pendleton? Was it Camp Pendleton in 86? Yeah, that's it, man. That's what we're talking about. You know what time it is. Oceanside. Yeah, jeez, I have nothing. I mean, the whole like LA coast and SoCal is like off the charts. They have little amphitheaters there, so they have music, bands. I mean, it's straight up awesome, but you're paying an arm and a leg. It's out of control. So, Robbie D, speaking of that, let me know if you heard of, oh yeah, you would have heard of him, Drake Bake. I did a video about Drake Bake. He's down there at Camp Pendleton. He was stationed there. He was trying to do his rap thing, and actually he had a record deal. But he got stationed or something. I can't remember what happened. I can't remember the story now. But anyhow, he had to leave all of a sudden, so he wasn't able to meet with the record company in LA. Out of control. But yeah, Drake Bake was over there doing his thing in Oceanside, making things happen. So, and let me know if you were at the, well, you would have had to been there for a while. The Desert Storm concert with Los Lobos, Whitney Houston, and it was on NBC. Let me know if you were there. 33 Naughty, Victor Morrell, do you have any insight about the VA small business loans? SVA, I'm from Tampa. Does anyone on here have any insight the state of Florida helps for veterans business? Unfortunately, I do not. But I may have the answer because my dad was in the military. So, and he's a veteran, but he's in Georgia. So maybe I'll tap his brain, and on Monday, we'll see if I can come up with something. Century City, the outdoor upscale mall restaurant area. It's some good hidden spots. The Marina. Oh, yeah, Marina Del Rey. That's right. Century City, the Century City Club. That used to be there. The Cinedomes, as I used to call them. Yeah, that's where the clubs were. But yeah, all the upscale mall areas. In fact, in LA now, they have so many shops and restaurants, and the Grove. The Grove is cool. You guys, if you're in LA, you got to go to the Grove and eat. It's off the charts there. And the marina, yeah, it's when you start really looking at Cali, you see why people live there. And it does cost more money, so they pay people a little bit more. But there comes a time when you can't be like the Romans. You can't tax your citizens into poverty. And that's what California is doing. Yes, Cali governor could win, reinvest back in OC. People give them a tax break. Many seasons. Yeah, exactly. Here's the one time that I will agree with the Federal Reserve move. If California said something crazy and they said, you know what, we're not going to charge taxes. In fact, we're just going to reduce taxes to like 2% or 3% or something crazy like that. Talk about businesses moving back. It would be off the charts, and people moving there, it would be off the charts. Without a doubt. I smashed the like button. Oh, that's right. 56 minutes in and I forgot about it. Please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like what we talk about, because tonight's topic is what are your future goals? Because you're always going to need some money. It's always about the money. And please subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about. And once again, let's see. All the Margaritaville homes from Ethan Allen Furniture. Jimmy Buffett didn't want anything less than that. We paid $45K for 2-bed. Wow. Some of the big homes there have over 200. Woo. So that is the question. Oh, oh my God. That's like I'm trying to think what they call that other city there. So Celebrity City. It's not Celebrity City. I can't remember the name of that other city that they made. So just let me know. I don't really know. Is Margaritaville under the HOA rules? If you're going to rent, do you have to use their furniture? But either way, yeah, that's going to be pricey if you got to use Ethan Allen furniture. But hey, it's upscale. But again, it's a depreciating asset, so you get to write it off against your profits. But you got to put that in your schedule I have a feeling that tourism is going to be up for the next 2 years, easily, in America, especially in the Disney area. So it's worth it to you're going to have to take some of that profit and buy or schedule it out, because furniture is easy. You can say, we're going to get the furniture, which cost us X amount from Ethan Allen, do it that way. And then you know what to do. You know what to do. You go out there, use your card that's going to give you that, low interest rate, 18 months or 12 months, 0% interest. Use your card, and then you rent it out and then pay off the furniture as you rent it out. And seeing how you have 80-90% rental rate, probably, at least. I know it's got to be over 90 right now. So you'll be able to pay that back no time at all, and you still get to depreciate it. So it's a beautiful thing. Teladoc up 1%, AMD up 2%, and many tech stocks on sale this Friday. Yes, they're on sale on Friday like we like it. I did not buy anything today, but it's all right. Now is the time to pay attention to the stock market. First off, infrastructure bill. That is something's going to happen. Maybe not soon, but 3 months. And now all of a sudden Biden did something that's really crazy. $6 billion bill for something. I'm sitting there like, these guys are printing money like there's no tomorrow. Does anybody know we're like $27 to $28 trillion in debt? It's incredible. Gino Scimiente. Enjoy the long Memorial Day weekend, all. Man, Gino Scimiente, it's always a holiday. No, everybody, enjoy your 3-day weekend if you have it. And if you don't, hey, it's what it is. Key militants in the house, welcome to the Friday night live stream, young man. Key militant, if you have 2 businesses and you sign up for a membership with one of these websites that let you lease an item, will it only report to one business or both? It will only report to one. I'm assuming, but I don't know what your membership, sign up for a membership with one of these websites. I don't know which one you're referring to though. But if you're talking about like a NAV that reports to the business credit, then yes, it's only one EIN number because that's one business. You would have to do a second. Same with like net 30s or any business funding or anything like that. Each EIN is a separate business. So that's what you're going to have to do them separately. And then 7, welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. So how do we make money? How do we make money? Welcome to the Stop Struggling Now SSN Nation. Okay, in case you missed some of this new stuff, there's several ways. Some people already mentioned some ways, which was the landscaping, which was the tire help service, which was a few other things I can't remember off the top of my head. But some other things we were talking about was social media, using social media, online marketing. If you're looking for specific products here, if you're saying, I want to do Amazon FBA, okay, let's go with my boy, David Quintieri, the Amazon GPS.com. I think that's it. Free course on Amazon FBA. All right. So you can go there. I put it in the chat. Other ways, you got to monetize yourself. So how do you monetize yourself? That could be what I'm doing right now with the live stream. You have a phone. So with a phone, you can live stream on YouTube free, Instagram free, Facebook free, or you can use StreamYard free for your first 2 platforms. Or you can use HAPS, HAPPS. That's an app. That's free. You can also use, and now that's free across 4 platforms, including Twitch, which we're on tonight as well, Twitch. And you can monetize yourself. You also can do a podcast. You can go to Buzzsprout, BuzzSprout, and you can go there, free podcast. That's how you can start. Okay, now, if you want to do some other things like affiliate marketing, then again, you can do that. You can promote all kinds of things these days and make money using social media, and it's online 24/7 a day, and that's why Miss 23 Streams of Income, that's her technique that she's using. And then she's also, not only does she have her books, her websites, her YouTube channels, Clubhouse, but she's using the books that she's written. She's able to monetize that because now she can actually read her books if she wanted to, which she might be doing anyhow, and then put them on another platform. So there's many things. Or she'll get a book signing, or she'll get speaking engagement. All has to do with once you start one thing, you can expand because it has other business benefits that you can use to make money. So hopefully I didn't delve into the money making aspects, but that's the roadmap that you want to do, and what you feel passionate about and what you feel good about doing, that should direct you. Because if you want to be a artist of some sort, then you're going to go about things a little bit differently. So I'll give you an example, like Robbie D. He's here. He's a DJ. So he could be doing something on live every Friday night. It could be rocking with Robbie D. And there's some people at home right now that's listening to music on a radio, or listening to Pandora, or listening to Spotify. But now they have a man sitting there saying, getting it all hype. This is what's happening, playing people's requests instead of sitting there going, well, I don't like that song. Let me switch to another channel on Sirius or whatever. This guy could be there doing his thing. So it's all up to you. Another way about music's very interesting to me because it gives you a way that you can monetize yourself in many different platforms without being even having anything to do with a record label, because you now have all these different platforms like DistroKid, like CD Baby was always there. There's other places as well, and you could actually monetize yourself, grow with you, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you're selling. You could sell on iTunes and all the rest of the places, Spotify, iHeart, and people could be getting some of your electro funk or, EDMs or jazz or whatever. So there's different things that you can do. It just depends on what you like to do. And you might as well do something you like too. Because if you can do something you like and make money, that's a win-win. Because then it won't even seem like work. You just won't mind doing it. Any idea on how much the furniture package will be for you? Punta Cana, probably for a 2-bedroom. I said inside about $25K. Yeah, exactly, Victor Marrero. The furniture package, I'll put it this way. The furniture package at Tower is $25K. And that's a 1-bedroom for the the towers at Vista Cana. The furniture package at Panorama also seems to be, I think somebody sent me something about $25K as well. So it appears that everybody's on the $25K number so far. And quite frankly, since I didn't go furniture shopping when I was there, I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I have a feeling it is probably a good deal in Punta Cana because they're going to have to go to Santo Domingo to get the best deal, and then you have to transport it out. So how much is that really? Well, that yet to be determined. But I think that's probably going to be about the number. Because if we all have a 2-bedroom, then you want to have that. Well, me personally, I want to have a sofa sleeper in the living room. So I can say sleep up to 6 minimum, or sleep up to 6. And that way, and I still have a terrace in my case. So, I have other options, but I'm going to have a sofa sleeper, not just a regular couch. So we can sleep up to 6. And so that might be a little more, but still $25K should do it. I can't fathom how, if a sofa is like $2,000, then you have a love seat. There's only so many things you can put in these condos. They're not really like 2,000 square feet. I don't know how big Victor Marrero's condo is, but mine are all like vacation rentals only type size. So all I need is really 2 king size beds, some sort of box springs, some sort of nice furnishing there with some side tables. And I'm thinking the living room is going to have a sofa sleeper, maybe a lazy boy of some sort, and maybe I don't know if, another little love seat or something is going to be necessary. And then the dining room table is already included. So, and then all the kitchen is included. But Victor Marrero, come to think of it, I thought Cana Rock was giving you guys the, I know the new Cana Rock is already furnished. So I don't know when you started a few years back, they probably didn't include the all furnished. But I don't even think it's going to cost that much when you start really thinking about what you need. So I'd be hard pressed to spend past, I'm thinking hard pressed to spend past $5,000 or $6,000 for what I'm going to be doing with the furniture, that is, because there's not that many pieces. Now, we'll see, but it might be a bit much. Yes, in the U.S., they hold back the tech. China had iPads 8 years ago. Hong Kong felt futuristic city, bullet trains. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. And that's why I'm saying the girl was from Asia, and she had this big-ass, tablet or something. And she's on the phone like no biggie, talking. And then she's off the phone, and it's like you could see it's a tablet, but we didn't have tablets. So I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I thank you to those who served. You're like me. You appreciate everything the brave men and women of our armed forces have done for us. Exactly, Gino Shimiente. For everybody out there, that's right. We appreciate it because Memorial Day weekend is about that. So thank you so much for bringing that up. I appreciate that. Yes, Marina Del Rey, Santa Monica. Yes, the Grove, outdoor mall near Beverly Hills. So many nooks and crannies of goodness. Exactly. That's why people pay the big bucks. That's why they're willing to pay the big bucks, because of that. But here comes Miami, ladies and gentlemen. Even though they haven't set it up quite right like you want, because all they're doing is building a bunch of condos on the water instead of saying, you know what, we need an amphitheater or a pier out here with some attractions on it. They're like, forget that. People are spending $1.5 million $2, $3, $4 million for these condos on the water. Forget that. That's what they're doing. San Pedro Seafood Market in LA, one of my favorite spots. Diesel Mike. Look at this, man. It's nothing but love out there in Cali because there is so many places. Yeah, the seafood market in San Pedro, man. Oh, man. Tell me about it. Oh, Long Beach, the LBC with restaurants on the water that people don't talk about. Man, 33 Naughty. Visit Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance in Riverview. There you go, 33 Naughty. Ask to speak with the VA rep there. That person will give you all the contacts you need. They're there to help just veterans. There we go, 33 Naughty. SSN Nation, Victor Marrero. There we go. That's very valuable information. That is awesome. That is awesome. There we go. Anybody that's a veteran, you can go over here, just what he said, Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance in Riverview. Oh, that's out by USAA's out there, I think. Yeah, so that's cool. No days off like Bill Belichick. That's right, Moses Tillman. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree with that. I pretty much just do whatever I want every day. But the funny thing is I like doing what I do. So we just do it. 33 Naughty, thank you at Victor Marrero. Exactly. That is awesome. Yes, a few cool DJs on Facebook Live I subscribe to. Play old school Wu-Tang hip-hop. Yep. Woo in the house. That's exactly right. Stocks jump ahead of Biden's $6 trillion budget blast. Yeah, tell me about it. U.S. stocks rallied across the board ahead of President Biden's $6 trillion budget proposal, with NASDAQ leading the early gains. Exactly. What else is going to happen? Like I keep telling everybody, the top 10 percenters don't lose. And you got to keep in mind, they're all in government. Not all. But what I mean is, all these guys in government are part of the top 10% club. And their friends are calling them up like, hey, man, you're not going to really let this happen, are you? They're like, hold on tight. We got to make it look like something's going to happen before we can actually start doing something. It's like they got their playbook. Al Ben, welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here once again. How's it going? Happy 3-day weekend. That's right. And I hope all you guys aren't out here partying with that hard-earned money. You should start thinking about investing. Just think about it. Some people right now are out here. In fact, I was almost late today because I had to drop off someone at the airport. They're going to Vegas. Mind you, they're going to try not to spend that much money. But all I'm trying to say is nothing wrong with traveling and going on trips and things like that. But you always have to say, you know what? I need to set a little bit aside. That money that I spent to Vegas, can I match that to invest? That's what you got to start thinking about. All right? Myth 5 Media. No, the Bill Biden wants is $6 trillion. Holy Toledo. I said $6 billion, didn't I? Yeah, $6 billion is a buck. A little ounce in a bucket. $6 trillion. Folks, the U.S. has to go all in on the fourth industrial revolution if it's going to stand a chance against China. I agree with you. And what they're doing is they're stopping it. Or trying to give certain people advantages. They're picking winners and losers by giving certain companies subsidies and other companies they won't. And some companies are giving loans to and bailing out and doing all this kind of thing. And so $6 trillion. Melanie Bonita is going to appreciate this because she invests in silver. I'm going to tell you right now, if they do this $6 trillion on top of this infrastructure bill, that would mean we're going to be over like almost nearly $35 trillion in debt. We already in last year in 2020, we printed 20% of the total U.S. money supply. All right? And that was only 2.5 trillion. If these guys do what they're about to do here and have like $8-9 trillion, that means they're about to do 70 to 80% of the total money supply in 1 year. That means there's going to be inflation, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what inflates? Assets, stocks, because it's going to inflate because things cost more. Real estate costs more. All right. And that also means you have to have some play with gold, silver, and precious metals. Whether it's physical gold and silver and precious metals, whether it's an ETF, gold, silver, and precious metals, you gotta be in it. Even if you have, I don't care, $20, buy yourself something. $50, buy yourself something. 100, 200, 500, 1,000, does not matter. This will be a must. Okay? Yes, it's not going to be sexy. It's not going to be pretty. Because when you buy gold and silver, it doesn't go up 20% in a day. All right? It kind of goes along in trend lines with inflation. So if inflation pops up over the year 10 to 15%, then gold, silver, and some precious metals will move up 1% per month. It'll be incremental, so small you don't really notice it. All right? But it's going. You just don't know it until you look up a year later and you're like, wait, did gold and silver just go up 20%? And like I said, a lot of people are spoiled right now because of crypto, because of stocks moving 20% in a day. But if you truly want to do a little something, you got to have a little bit of that gold and silver. All right? Many chip stocks on fire, but you just need to buy more on dips. NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, HIMX. Exactly. There's a chip shortage, supply and demand. So what do you think is going to happen? I mean, this is supply and demand. That is basically what capitalism is supposed to be about. We're not supposed to be bailing people out. We're not supposed to be printing money just because we need some infrastructure. We should have been actually already doing infrastructure based on the taxes of the people instead of giving tax cuts so you don't have taxes coming in and then having the people pay for the infrastructure and then have them pay for a $6 trillion bill and some other trillions of dollars for infrastructure. I mean, this isn't even really rocket science. And I don't really understand, there's only the people in power. It's like Rome, people are in power and the rest of the people get to sit and watch the world, their state and country crumble. Yes, in order to use the Margaritaville platform, they require you to have their furniture. Yeah, that's what I suspect. I suspect Cannon Rock will be the same. Prices are also increasing. Yep. Victor Marrero, we know what's coming. We know what's coming. If you're missing out, ladies and gentlemen, once again, everybody here with the icons next to their name, everybody here that's always here in SSN Nation knows Punta Cana, downtown Miami, other pre-construction sites I haven't talked about other than in Mexico, in Cancun area, on the peninsula. You guys, you can get in with no credit check, no qualifying, and all you need is a down payment, ranges from 5% to 20%, and then make monthly payments while they're building it. And then in the 2 years or 3 years when they finish building it, then you owe that 70%. And when you start out, it's 70% because you're going to pay 30% most of the time, up to 50%. Like Marrero, his properties at Cannon Rock required 50% over, I guess, 3 years or something. But the thing is, in case you don't understand what we're talking about, people always talk about wealth, how you can accumulate wealth. Well, you control an asset for as cheap as possible. That's what you do. And so how do we control assets cheap as possible is like in Victor Marrero's case, and in my case, his went up. But he's been doing it for 3 years, so I'm going to give you his numbers. So he bought a 2-bedroom for $231,000. He paid over the last 3 years 50% down, so he only owes $115,000. In this 3 years, the price have went up anywhere from $329,000 to $349,000 for his 2-bedroom now. The man already has like nearly, well, he does $100,000 in equity. It's not even built yet because of COVID. It got moved back a year. He's saying prices are going back up, and prices will go back up. You know why? Because he also read the newspaper and staying abreast of the DR newspaper where they're saying the tourists are coming in higher than when they reached their record of 6.5 million tourists annually. And in case anybody doesn't understand what this means, in the Latin world, talking about in the Caribbean. This includes that Cancun area, by the way. 6.5 million tourists is the most tourists for any country in the Caribbean, including Venezuela. All right? Once you understand what's happening here, if you now know that they could reach 8 million tourists a year, we have a supply and demand that's perfect for the renters. And they've already sold more rooms, apparently, to cover, they're estimating, anywhere from 7 to 8 million tourists. They have not built 1 million units. All right? You guys got to understand what's happening here. This is why they're on the march. There's a reason they're trying to set up all this infrastructure and getting all these condos there. Because they don't want to be the country that runs out of space. That people are going, well, everything's full. I can't come. What good does that do their population? They're saying, well, we should have more than enough rooms, so then that way we never run out of rooms, because now we're at full capacity, which they will be, because they're going to be one of the areas, in my opinion, with what they're doing. If you want to go play golf, they have the championship golf courses. If you want to see concerts by world artists, then you're going there. If you want, anything that has to do with entertainment, they're building that infrastructure even better than it was before. You want nice, sandy, flowery beaches, you got it. You want inexpensive vacation, you got it. It's everything a person would want to do once you land on the island. You're sitting there like, I don't want to spend for a meal $40 a person just for eating like tacos or something. You don't want to do that kind of stuff. You'd rather be in a place where the tacos are like, okay, you get 3 tacos, all right, $8-10, done, we're good. With the chips and with all the rest of the fixing. That is what's happening. When you go to the grocery store, you're sitting there like, oh man, everything seemingly is like a third to a half of the price if you live in America for groceries. And everything else, for that matter, is relatively inexpensive. So we know what's going to happen, but we're going to be the ones that are already on the island. We have a head start on you, because if you're not buying anything within the next year or 2 years, or something that's going to close in the next year or 2 years, you're going to be on the outside looking in. And what I mean by the outside looking in is this: just like any other tourist location where all of a sudden they have an influx of tourists and they have a supply and demand problem, this is all for all businesses. Whenever you have a more demand than what you have supply of, that means you can charge more money. So right now they're not charging more money. But if that thing happens where they got 8 million visitors coming to the island, they know we have a supply and demand. We have a high demand, so we can raise the prices 10%, 15%. It's going to creep up. So just keep all this in mind. And the property values are also going to creep up. So this is the time where millionaires are made. All right. So you guys got to keep all these things in mind when it comes to what are your future goals. And if anybody wants to know about any realtors, hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. That's the email address, eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. And that will get you the way. All right. Yeah. And that's what I suspect too. And I'm trying to think, I won't have that issue at any of my properties because they're almost like standalones. And they haven't got to that yet. So maybe they will have it where, I can rent it from the hotel, but the hotel says, no, you got to have our package. Do you wholesale houses? No, Key Militant, I do not. I know people do that. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because my dad is actually selling his house, one of his houses. So here's one of the funniest things. I'll give you guys a real-time story, and I know the guys are trying to wholesale, so it's kind of funny. They call them up and say, hey, we'll give you $180,000. So then my dad's a little older, so he does business a little differently than I do business. But anyhow, they say we're going to do $180,000. So in the state of Georgia, they have lawyers. So again, I guess does like $1,000 earnest money deposit. And so the guy calls up and he says, hey, the appraiser dude says, or no, it wasn't an appraiser guy. He goes, the bank says, they'll only finance me for 130. So can you lower the price? And I'm just like, what? I said, no, I don't know what you guys are doing. But if dude signs a contract that says he's going to pay me 180, I don't know what the bank has to do with him paying me my 180. But all I know is give me my $1,000 earning money deposit. You wasted my time. And next. Yeah, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. The key is to wait. Sometimes the hardest, but the best thing to do in investing is to do nothing. Exactly. Because in today's society, everybody wants it now. And so when they see the market go down, they can't even wait 3 days or 4 days or a week to see what happens, or even a month. Everybody's worrying about right now when they could have just chilled for a little bit, just like we were talking about 3 weeks ago when the market was going down for like that week or two. And I'm on a couple of the lives, I said I didn't do anything. I just sat back because I didn't even buy. Because I was like, okay, where's the bottom at? Kind of doesn't really matter. But I was like, I might as well just sit back and watch. And then I decided after it kind of petered out with the drop, I finally was like, okay, let me buy something. So there was a dip buys, but it wasn't like a panic thing going, man, it went down 10% today. I better get some. Went down another 5. I better get some. It went down another 5. It was nothing like that, because you know it's a long-term play. And like Gino Chimiente always says, invest in good companies. And like I said, I don't invest always in good companies, but the majority of the portfolio is in good companies. And of course, I always go off the reservation and I go pick some other stuff that might do something. But for the most part, if you pick companies that are, you see their bottom line, you do your due diligence, and you're sitting there saying, well, these companies are solid, I don't know why their prices are going down, then you feel good about investing in them. So you're not going to be scared when the price drops. You'll just sit there and chill out. So that's a very good thing he mentioned. Key Militant. Also, when I click on the link for the Amazon course, it keeps saying error. All right, hold on. Let me get you the right one. That was it. Oh, I know why. I put in the I think. I think that's why. No, that's not it. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Did I do something wrong? I'm going to let you know in a second. All right. Well, Key Militant, I'm sorry, you guys, if I gave you the wrong one. I can't remember what it is. Okay, Google the search the Stop Struggling Now videos and put in Amazon FBA or a free Amazon course and the links under that video. I thought it was that one. I can't believe that's not it. I think that is it, the AmazonGPS.com. So I don't know what that is. Here, I'll do it this way too. All right. Notice the Stop Struggling Now gear. All right. F average. Be legendary. That's how we have to do it. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know what happened to it. Unless he doesn't have it anymore. Maybe he doesn't have it anymore. Here, I'll give you a different one. So let's go with this. I'll give you another one. Maybe he changed it, but I'll give you another one. I have a couple sources. All right. So if the first link doesn't work, I just put another one in chat. So thank you for letting me know, Key Militant. I appreciate it. I'm getting hungry. Y'all stop it. Tanisha Lyles. Yeah, the Grove, Orange County, Marina Del Rey, Oceanside's all up. Unfortunately, when you just watch Cali on TV, does not see expensive. But when you visit beautiful Long Beach, Irvine, Newport News, yeah, when you visit, you get hit real hard. You're like, wait, what's this? Gino, thank you so much. That means a lot to us. I will also include their families for all their sacrifices after my third deployment. I had it easy compared to my family. Yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. You know, for Biden deal, I've been buying up XCLF, NUE. Yes, hold tight, misdirection. Exactly. There we go. In case people don't know, that's like steel. That's U.S. steel. All right. So here you go. X, that's U.S. steel. It's still not even, I can't believe this. Still priced in the 20s. All right. You got to love that. Got to love the Cleveland Cliffs, still in the 20s. Got to like that. Iron ore, steel making. Got to love it. In Nucor. Here we go. NUE. Still 102, but it's creeping. It's creeping. 6 months ago, it was just at the beginning of the year, half price. This is steel production. I believe they're number 3, right? I think they're number 3. Let's see. It is the largest steel producer in the United States. And the largest mini mill steel maker. There you go. They're double dipping. This company right here, Mr. Financial, been talking about it for 7-8 months or more. So you guys got the gems once again. I'm advising people, stop waiting on AMC, buy X, CLF, NUE, Roblox. Exactly. Oh, although AMC, I can't believe it. AMC is still doing damage. I can't believe what I was seeing. It was at 26. Yeah, 26. Even though I think that's what it was a couple days ago, but still, this is incredible. This high is still 26.12. I'm in shock. So our boy G Money's loving life because I think he bought at 12. He was concerned. He's not concerned anymore. He just doubled his money. That's if he sold, but I don't know if he did or not. All right. Repubs say 0.9 trill while Biden wants 6 trill. Exactly. I don't know what that's about. I won't even get into politics tonight. But you got to do what you got to do. I think thieves are smarter than Wall Street sometimes. Catalytic converters are being stolen from government yards, fleets, and residences for precious metals. Tanisha Lyles, you got that right. That's a thing. Overseas in like the UK, and there's people just pulling up on motorcycles, jacking up cars, and taking the catalytic converters. It's crazy what's happening because all it is just sawzaws. You can sawzaw your way and be done. And they literally show it on camera. Literally less than a minute. It's like 30 seconds. It's insane what's happening. Okay. What stocks are the best for dividend? Whichever ones you like. Do some due diligence on that. I'll go for, the usual. I'm just going to give you the usual. SHLX. I like them. You can't see at the bottom, but right now at this price point, it's 12.74% on your money. That's the annual dividend yield. All right. Let me give you one of my favorites. In PSEC, it keeps going up. So we're getting appreciation plus, and at this price point, 8.48% on your money. And PSEC gives dividends every month. It's 72 cents a year per stock that you have. And they give dividends, issue 6 cents per month, per share every month. And the other one, SHLX, issues dividends every 3 months. All right. So there's your first ones. And I'll go with the old standbys. I'm staying with all the easy ones everybody can get into. ORC at this price point, 14.26%. And I believe it's every 3 months they give out their dividends. I don't know the dollar amount, although I should because they just issued it to me, but I can't remember. It was I don't know. It was, I can figure it out. 14% on this means that it's more than 54 cents. So it has to be almost the same, almost 60, 70. It's got to be around 70 cents, 75 cents a year in order to get 14%. So, yeah, there we go. $5.47. That's another one. ORC, Orchard Island Capital. My old standby, which was AT&T, they reduced. They're telling me that they're going to reduce their, this is a shame. They're going to reduce their dividend. It used to be $2.08 a year. So it's going to be reduced, but right now it's 7%. But if they're going to reduce it to half, that means this would be 3.5% when they reduce it to half. So no longer is that one of my old standby favorites, but their stock probably will take off a little bit. So I'm sure somebody else will share their dividend stocks, but those are the first ones straight off. The Google link. Yeah, exactly. Yep, the Google link, GPS. That's the one. So, exactly. The news keeps saying fast food people need to just go back to work. It's the pay worth it? No, it's not worth it. Let's just face facts. If somebody's getting paid $10 an hour and you work 40 hours a week, that's $40 minus a fourth. So you got $375. $750. I'm like, that's $1,500 a month. So I don't know. That's a tough road to hoe. You're going to have roommates at that point. So, that's just the way it is. So you could almost make more money just by monetizing yourself. And a lot of people are doing things on YouTube, TikTok, lots of places you can be monetized, Clubhouse, that all it takes is talking and video or no one or the other. And so it kind of is like, can you make $375 or $400 a week doing that? And some people, it escalates real fast where they can't start monetizing themselves so fast. My link is too long to paste. Are we talking about the, you can't paste the link actually. Are you talking about GPS? I put that one in, so maybe you're talking about a different one. But you can't put a link in actually. I don't have it open. Only I can put a link in. This week, I added more financial stocks like GS, BAC, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, MS, CME. This is are going up within the 6 months. Think of it as if they are gains. I will sell. You got to know your exit. Yeah. Again, all this money is going through all these banks. Some of these banks are going to be holding money for the small business administrations. They're going to be holding money so they can actually give out loans or, facilitate the money. So, again, I'm down with Gino Scimienti in this case. The banks have already risen, but they're going to rise some more. I agree with this. Thanks for the gems, Gino Scimienti. On a Friday Night Live, dropping the gems as usual. Link works. I'm in. Right on, Wilson Koo. Thank you so much for letting me know. Okay. PSEC. There you go. DHT. Moses Tillman. There we go. DHT. Yeah. They used to give us double digits on but not anymore. Unfortunately. DHT was double digits, like 17%, 18%. Now it's only 2.5%. Unbelievable. But again, I'm like, I can't even say, I think my dollar cost average is like 550 or something. But I still get my dividend, so I did not sell, even though now it's not like 15% on my money. I still kept it, getting a little, just like Apple, 2%, or, well, Apple's lower than that now because they did the split, but 1% or something. So I missed that. I didn't show you guys the DHT. So there you go. He's listing some. ORC. There you go. Dividends at Key Militant. That's right. Thank you so much, Moses Tillman. Facts. Fed banks holding new money. That's it exactly. That's how we do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at an hour and 40 minutes. please smash that like button so we know, so you let the YouTube algorithm know that we're in the house. And if you like what we're talking about, like I always say, please subscribe to the channel. And by the way, if you guys watch any videos and you can share them with people, please do so, because oftentimes people don't want to hear what I may be saying, but you never know who might be listening. All right. So that's what we have to talk about. Now, what else you guys want to talk about tonight? This might end a little bit earlier than normal because the topic is, what are your future goals? It's always about money. And some people have expressed their future goals, and we gave them plenty of help. The SSN Nation chimed in with plenty of different ways to make a little bit of extra money, new businesses to start up. In fact, even Victor Marrero came with the, if you're a veteran, where to go talk to somebody about funding for your business. That is awesome right there in itself. So you're going to have to look through the chat room and scroll back. And when people watch this in review, you're going to have to go scroll back if you got to this point, because it was already mentioned and I can't pull it back up, unfortunately. But those are the kind of things that help people all over the United States. It's just not in one area. So you could be up in Oregon, you could be up in South Dakota, you can be in Nebraska, you can be in Ohio. It does not matter where you are. There's some help everywhere if you're trying to start a business, because this is the Corporation of the United States of America, and they need subsidiaries. All right. So they don't have a problem. They'll try to help you if there's a grant out there, a loan out there, or some other help. It's out there. It's just that they don't advertise it. So it was great that Victor Marrero actually knows some place to contact in the Florida, Tampa Bay, Florida area. That is pretty sweet. Or I believe it's in Tampa Bay area because it's Riverview. So, you know, that's a beautiful thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into how many of you decided that you're going to invest in crypto. All right. So let me give you guys a little something to think about if you're not investing in crypto. And then I'm going to talk about something else, but it'll still be crypto related. But in crypto, just think of it this way. When crypto was 3,000, I'm talking about Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was 3,000, when it dropped from 7,000 to 3,000, you know what happened? Everybody that was a naysayer and didn't believe in crypto was saying, see, I told you so. The true believers were buying more. So you had this big gap. All right. And then everybody else in the middle was doing nothing. Right. So then when the price goes back up from 3,000 to 7,000 to 9,000, 10,000, all of a sudden, the same people who were saying, see, I told you so, now they were sitting there going, oh man, I just missed out on all this potential money. The people who sat idly by at 3,000 are now looking to buy at 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. But they weren't going to buy at 3 or 4. So just keep in mind when you're investing, sometimes you have to start thinking, is this something that I believe in? Because then you would take advantage. When it dropped to 3, you would buy more instead of sit on the sidelines going, I told you so, or doing nothing at all. And you would have bought in at the 3 when it went back up to 9, 10, and 11. You would have been happy. And then now the same thing happened again. For everybody who didn't buy at 11, they're going to buy at 30 or 35 or 40 or 45 or 50 for that matter. But the whole time when it's going like to 20, people are like, yeah, okay, whatever. 25, yeah, whatever. And then as soon as Elon Musk says something, all of a sudden, oh, I guess it's okay now. I can enter the market. So these are the kind of things that are going on that you have to think about, because it's always easy to say what you would have done in hindsight. Everybody can say, whatever, I would have done this, that, or the other. But it takes a certain type of person who's an investor, who's an entrepreneur, who's a person that even wants to take a risk sometimes people take a risk and they say, you know what, I'm going to put a few bucks into something. Let's see what happens. But are you going to hold when it goes down or buy more? Because if you truly believe in something, then that means you have to buy more when the price goes down. All right? And it'll benefit you in the long run. Something Gino Chimiente said tonight was about stay in the long run. Now, here goes something. Agree. Business is the way. Exactly. That's why we always have talked about business and different ways to generate income, because there's more than 10 ways to generate income. There's more than 20. There's more than 50. There's hundreds of ways for a person in America to generate income. This is why people who come from outside of the country, who literally live in places like China and India and Africa and places like that where, you know, $1 a day means much. When they come here and find out everything we have and everything we take for granted, that's why a large percentage of those people become successful, because they can't believe that everybody else is sitting around and these guys are putting in work, except they're not out here buying what Americans buy because they didn't have something. So they're sitting there saving up going, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, because every dollar is precious. We don't treat dollars as precious. So that's one of the things. Late to the stream tonight, Tim Smith, welcome back to the Friday Night Live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Late to the stream tonight. Hello and happy Friday from Savannah, Georgia. Right on, man. What's Savannah, Georgia looking like? I was thinking about coming out there, but then I checked the GPS and the GPS said, does that really say 4 hours to Savannah from the ATL? I was like, oh my gosh. I was out there a long time ago and it's so beautiful out there. It's like a hidden treasure. So hello from Savannah, Tim Smith. I know you loving life right now. It's got to be perfect weather out there. Has anybody used SCORE or SBA funding? No, I have not myself. I only direct people to SBA funding. And SCORE is another issue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, maybe somebody will chime in for the SBA funding and SCORE, but I've never used the SCORE. So SSN Nation, all right. So you guys know I was trying to use, in case you're new here, we have SSN Lifestyle that I'm trying to put together. And for like 5 months or whatever, I was trying to figure out, I wanted to do something that was totally different. I was trying to do this coin or token that would actually be able to be sold as a membership. And I was trying to get it to distribute commissions automatically. So the company wouldn't have to give out, like, in other words, the company doesn't have to collect the money and then distribute money to the distributors, things like that. But the long story short is the guys cannot make it happen. So I'm going to have to change up on that aspect. So I just want to let you know the reason why they can't make it happen. I'll just make it kind of simple for everybody. So I'll use a coin. I hope it could be a physical coin. Everybody knows what that is. So I have like a 25-cent piece. So here's what I can do initially. So when I hand you, whoever that is there out there in SSN Nation, the 25-cent coin, online, I can make it say, okay, he sold that membership, so give him some money and give the company some money. I can do it the first time. But because it's a coin and the company no longer owns the coin, because the new person who accepted the coin, that's in their governance, that means they own it. Now the coding cannot be repeated because it's now their coin and it's not the company's coin. So I can't repeat it. So if you sell that membership to somebody else, then there will be no break to where there's going to be the money's going to be split. The commission's coming to the company and the commission's going to the person. We can't program it that way because of the way crypto is built. It's not built for one person to actually be able to control all the coins. And inherently, I didn't even really think about it because the guy said they can program it, but they didn't understand really what I was trying to do. I'm trying to go like indefinitely. So every time a person, it turns into real money. So the guy says, well, I want to sell. If a person said, I want to sell my membership, You can sell it for whatever you want. So it's, the value in the open market. So if you wanted to get out of the SSN lifestyle and say, I'm going to sell my membership, and a person said, well, I'll give you $5,000. It's not going to cost that much, ladies and gentlemen. Just if somebody went crazy and said, I'll give you $5,000, that now means that I can't get the company to have their share and a percentage, and then you get to keep yours. And then other people get a percentage as well. That was the whole thing I was trying to do. So it might be I have to do this the old-fashioned way, which I was trying to avoid. So I'm just letting you know I'm still working on the SSN lifestyle, but it had to do with programming and the way crypto is actually made. They can't keep doing it. And that was one of my main things that I actually wanted to do, because then the government isn't touching anything and everything is dispersed. And that way it would have made it a lot easier versus, the traditional way when somebody signs up into a company, the company collects and then they got to pay commissions. I was trying to wipe that out entirely. And as far as I know right now, it can't be done. But now, because I was going to work on the BSV platform, and it can't not be done. But that doesn't mean it can't be done for sure. I might have to go to like Ethereum, which I kind of didn't want to do, or BTC, because their network fees are so much that I didn't want to deal with them. So I might deal with like Matic or some other programmers. I'm going to find out if any other programmers can actually do it that's not on those major blockchains. And Matic, MATIC, in case you guys aren't into crypto, I suggest you go check out Matic and get your free $10 of Bitcoin down below from Coinbase. And anybody who already has Coinbase, I logged into my Coinbase and they actually had Matic where you can learn about Matic, and they're going to give you like $3 or whatever. But you can learn about Matic and get like $1 for each quiz. All right. So that's one of the benefits of Coinbase. Not only do you get the free $10, but when you learn about other blockchains or other coins or tokens, then they give you some free money. But that also helps you understand what's going on out there. All right. And Matic is going to be cheaper. So I just want to get you guys up to speed on the SSN lifestyle. But I might have to do it the old-fashioned way. And the old-fashioned way, you guys know what that means. Something I really didn't want to do. If I do some membership thing, then I'm going to have to run it through everybody's comfortable with using their credit card or debit card or whatever. But then I'm going to have to figure out the disbursements are going to have to be company-wide. Collect money, then cut checks. I didn't want to do it that way. All right, Eric, Elizabeth Warren's beef with the bank CEOs this week was over the overdraft fees these banks charged in 2020 with the pandemic, approximately $1.5 billion. This was brutal. Yeah, I heard about it. And I'm glad, because she's like the people's champ as far as I'm concerned. At least she's trying to help out. But unfortunately, the banks already collected that. And that's part of the, 20, 30, $40 million that they're compensating a CEO and the executives for saying, well, good job, guys. We got like $5 billion this year. And, we got $5 billion. Or $500 million this year in overdraft. So we can surely give you guys $20 million combined, $30 million combined. This is what I'm saying, man. It's just out of control. Charlie's in the house. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you again. Hi, SSN fam, and happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for your service, all veterans on this Facebook Live. Thank you so much, Charlie. And there are some veterans on this Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Facebook. I said Facebook. Friday Night Live. I meant YouTube Live. Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I went Facebook Live. Then I was, wait, this is Friday Night Live, YouTube Live. We got it right, though. But that's the thing. You said the most important part. To thank you for your service. I appreciate that as well for everybody that's a veteran. So that was the most important part. Yes, Coinbase, love free coins. Exactly. Got to get it when you can. Hello, Curtis D. Good for you, Elizabeth Warren. Exactly. At least she's trying to help. I mean, there's some people that are sitting out here in the government that says, okay, let's just face facts. Because when you really think about it, all the people in government have millions of dollars. And in fact, not only do they have millions of dollars, they also can get bribed legally. So lobbyists can come in and say, hey, man, what are you thinking about this bill? Do you need a little help with something? Here's $50,000 for your campaign, or 150 or 500,000 for your campaign. So they can get money anytime they want to. So I'm trying to figure out, why do they care about helping the other 340 million Americans? That's what I have a problem with. Why do you care if all Americans have health care? Why do you care? What the heck? You have it. Government officials, they have all health care. All they got to do is walk in. They're good. So why do they care if the 350 million Americans have all health care for all? What does it matter to them? Why do they care if a school says, hey, we want to teach American history, we want to teach people financial literacy? Why do they care? I mean, they should be all about that. You know, I mean, I don't get none of this. They're being able to dodge taxes. By dodging taxes, doesn't it kind of make sense? Why wouldn't they go, well, we would want this for all 300 million people because we'd make more money? Think about it. If the citizens have more money, then that just means the wealthier people are going to be making more money, because people are going to be spending at their stores, at their shops, I mean, this is insanity what's happening. It's insane. Appreciate well wishes. The people at top have no idea how the low class suffering, no daycare. Exactly. That kind of thing right there. You know, I'm like, this is insanity what's happening. You know, it's the whole thing. In Canada, I think there's free daycare. Only in US, we penalize family. Yeah. There's a lot of countries that actually have free daycare. It's insane. And we're like the most developed country, and they can't get anything right. Other countries have health care. We can talk about if it's good or not, but they still have free health care for citizens. Other countries have free daycare. I mean, other countries do things totally different. And I don't understand. And we're still in debt, and we're getting ready to print more money. You know, that $6 trillion that he wants to print, we've printed like $10 trillion over the last 3 years. So this is like, I'm pretty sure you could have, you could have just made healthcare for all for 10 trillion, I'm sure. I mean, this is insane. Again, you guys know I've been on that spiel in case you missed me before about this. If you have healthcare for all, think about it. I don't know how many of you have a job and have to contribute to your healthcare. That would be gone. The company that employs you would also not have to carry health care. So they would be able to pay their employees more. All right, just off the start. That also means you don't have a deductible for your insurance. That also means your car insurance is going to be cheaper, because you don't have to have that comp and collision and that health coverage just in case something happens. So that means that insurance is going to be reduced. I mean, the ramifications for having health care for all versus not, that is a stranglehold on society for business and personal. That's why this thing right here, that one thing right there would save trillions, and also allow businesses to function more efficiently and be able to pay people more, and cut out a whole bunch of other stuff. All this stuff that people are suing people over, slip and fall stuff. Now a person's like, you ain't got to sue me. You got free health care. I mean, sure, somebody's still going to try and sue you. But the point I'm trying to make is, now that part of your insurance coverages are going to be taken away because it's all covered. I mean, this is like a no-brainer. The only people against this, let's face facts, they're trying to hold people down like it's a freaking third world country. I don't get this. This is crazy. Blows me away. The toughest part, keep people working and prevent obstacles to get people back out the door. Exactly. That's exactly right. So you guys got to think about all that. I mean, so when you're thinking of the future goals, if the government, if you live in the United States and the government keeps going down this path, healthcare is going to cost more, just like it does right now. I don't know if any of you have elderly parents and they have to live in any assisted living type places. Think of, they charge people like $5, $10, $15,000 a month and then tell them they can't have any assets. I mean, this is actually insane. All right. So this could, I mean, surely you could spend 10 trillions of dollars on to get the people covered. And it wouldn't even, I mean, that's just, and the ramifications means your societies, people aren't as sick. People, productivity for the job is not going to be as low because people aren't going to be afraid now to say, you know what, I can't go to my doctor. I don't want to pay that deductible. Or if something's wrong with me, I might have to pay a few $1,000s or whatever. Now people are saying, hey, you know what, I'm going in now. And now your workforce, your citizens are healthier. I mean, I just don't get it personally. That's just a sick thing. It's actually cost all Americans more when there's zero health care for all. Yes, save us trillions. Exactly, Charlie. That's exactly right. Exactly. It's costing more. Exactly. Just like right now, all these homeless people out here, people who have lost their jobs and they run down to the hospital. They don't pay the bill. That means the insurances go up, and that insurance goes up for everybody. If you have a business and you want to insure your employees, that's going up. If you want to insure a vehicle and you want coverages for situations that have people involved, that goes up. So these are the things you guys got to think about when what you're going to be doing in the future, because you got to protect yourself. Eric, the only show on YouTube, give all facts about America's situation, 360 degrees. Thank you so much, because if you know what's going on, then you can prepare for the future instead of waiting around and then it shows up because the mainstream media, as everybody says, mainstream media, you don't have that in the forefront. They just want you to keep watching TV and TV shows. And then when you do watch them, they minimize the situation. They don't want to talk about the real deal to help what would help citizens. All they want to fight about is, are we going to get trillions of dollars to the wealthy, or are we going to give a little bit of money to the people that need it? That's all they care about. And then the wealthy who are in the stock market and all the cryptos and who buy real estate and all this, they're sitting there getting tax breaks. So this is the kind of thing that goes on. It's crazy. $15 an hour sounding pretty good versus all on unemployment benefits. Very well said. Very well said. Exactly. Exactly. This is like what it works for this as well. $300 a week is what some states are putting in for their unemployment to people. That's millions of dollars. And instead, they won't raise it up to $15 minimum wage an hour. I mean, it's just insane. And even that is not even a big number. But in some states, that would be major. Double what people are getting paid right now for minimum wage. That would be major. $600 a week. And after that, what is that? $480? $480, I guess. So it's $480, almost $2,000 a month. That would be pretty good in a lot of states where it only costs $1,000, $800 a month to rent or less. And a lot of southern states, in fact, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. A guy has like a 3,000 square foot house that he's renting for $900. Oh, and I'm not talking about a 1960 or 1970 or 1990 house. The house was built in like 1999. And the dude's like renting it out it has a basement, full basement and everything, 3,000 square feet. And dude's like, yeah, 900. I'm like, this is insane. This is really insane. And it's not even a bad neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? This is craziness. So yeah, that would change a whole lot of people's lives in southern states and in states, almost like 30 to 35 states. Because the outliers, of course, are going to be like New Jersey, Philly, New York, Cali, Arizona, even Nevada now is getting out of hand. Seattle, there's, city. I mean, and then Miami might not help as well. But I mean, but for the vast majority of Americans, that would help out greatly. And I know what people are going to say. They're going to go, well, they're just going to charge us more money. Well, see, therein lies the situation. I'd rather have the people making more money. If you want to raise the cost of your products, that's fine. But by raising the price of your products doesn't mean people have to buy it, because there's competition. So you just don't get to just raise your price up and be like, okay, take it. You got to take it. People are going to be like, well, I guess I'll be going to Walmart. I guess I'll be going to Costco. I guess I'll be ordering from Amazon, or I'll be ordering from whoever, having it delivered to my house. Bypass your ass. This is all I'm saying. So when somebody comes back and starts using this other stuff, I'm like, well, if the guy raises the prices, that just means I don't have to buy it. Do whatever you want. In the hood, we call it tele-vision. Yeah, exactly. Charlie, exactly. I agree. But this inflation going to still hurt people. Yeah, unfortunately, that's exactly what's going to happen. Even if they did the 15, well, actually, I would hope they could get that 15 an hour before inflation. But unfortunately, the $15 an hour, if inflation goes up 20, 30%, like it probably is going to do, year over year, now somebody making $10 an hour, if it goes up 30% inflation, that's like $13 an hour. So we're going to be back to square one. But you're going to be hurt even worse if you're still making $10, $11, $12 an hour and it goes up 30%. I just smashed that like button. Thank you so much. We're 2 hours in. Please smash that like button. And I appreciate you mentioning that, Charlie, because I haven't. In Alabama, we're finally getting a third Amazon warehouse, but I'm sure we're begged them to come in to pay $12 an hour. Jesus, that's so sickening. That is so sickening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to end the Friday night live stream. But before I do, you guys know I always talk about the SSN lifestyle that's going to be coming out. So I'm going to give you some highlights, lowlights. For instance, in fact, one of the things that's going to be within the SSN lifestyle is because I've been in the vacation rental business for a long time. And there are deals out here on the table that I don't even utilize myself, but it's readily available. So there's one that came up, in case anybody's interested in this, but I know nobody is going to be because it's tomorrow. But there was such a thing. I knew about it like 3 days ago. I should have mentioned it. But in Maui schooner, 2-bedroom for the week, May 29th for a week. $850. You heard me, right? Maui schooner, a week in Maui, $850. I know it's not on the open market like that, but I'm just giving you guys an idea on the SSN lifestyle. While, again, I mentioned it before, that's going to be part of some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing. In fact, let me give you guys a couple more teasers that could be happening. And this is like a monthly type of thing. Too late. What's that? Okay. So let me see if I can get you guys a list. I don't know why that is. I just got paid for something. I don't even know what it is, but all right. Let me see if I can find something for you guys. I can't believe it. I don't have it ready handy. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're in June, right? We're going to be in June. All right. I'll give you guys something. So there's a place called the Cliffs. This is all Hawaii, actually, for right now. This is all Hawaii. There's a place called the Cliffs Club in Hawaii. 2-bedroom with a loft. June 27th through July 4th. All right? $899 for the week. That's in the Big Island because that's Princeville. All right. So that gives you some. Oahu. I'll give you, let's go. Let's see. June 20th through the 27th. A place called Imperial Waikiki Beach. 1 bedroom. Has 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. $899 for the week. And it's a block from the beach. You can walk there. And it's across from the Waikiki Beach Walk where they have restaurants, bars, and all that. That's just a few things to start with. Just to give you guys an idea. All right? So being a part of the SSN Nation, that will be on tap all the time. All the islands, it doesn't matter in Hawaii. It'll also include places, I mean, even the Margaritaville, which I don't deal with, but other places in like Orlando, places like in Miami, it doesn't matter. It's all over the world. So this is the type of deals we're talking about here where somebody's going to be paying $100, $150, well, less than $150 a night for a 2-bedroom in vacation rental locations, spots around the world. All right. So that's just a teaser. And you guys heard me talk about that before. You also heard me talk about the SSN lifestyle 2 years from now when we're all going to be there. And you guys already know the properties in Punta Cana are for the Founders Club. They're going to get a free week. Well, it's not free. They're going to be paying into the Founders Club, but included, they get a free week at any one of the units I have. But there's only going to be a limited number of founders, so there's not going to be 100. It'll be like 10 to 20 max. That's it, and that it won't be 20. I'm not even thinking 20. It's probably going to be like 10. So that's the kind of thing that we're going to be talking about. And with that is going to be a little 3-hour boat's going to be included, not boat, yacht. All right. So let's just keep things perspective. And we're going to have a few other things. Oh, Victor Marrero, Coco Bongo. If anybody likes that type of thing, founders, there will include 2 tickets to Coco Bongo. I call it Coco Bongo. I don't even really know what the name is. It could be Coco Bogo. No, it's got to be Bongo. Coco Bongo. So 2 tickets on that. And there's going to be a few other items that I'm going to be throwing in as well. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But expect that to drop. The Founders thing is going to probably drop in a week. And you won't need to do a Bitcoin or anything like that. I'm still deciding on that. But either way, you'll either be able to use your credit card, debit card, or Bitcoin type situation. And we'll go from there. We'll have it all sorted out in a week. So that's going to be the start, and then I'll be dropping some other things. In fact, let me see. I got some other stuff here that I wanted to tell you guys about. Oh, yeah. Founders also. 3 nights, 4 days. They also get an extra thing. 3 nights, 4 days in spots, vacation rental locations around the world. You get one choice of that too. All right. That's another thing. What else? And for everybody else, it's going to be in the SSN lifestyle in case you missed it before. I'm also going to be starting, why can't we be the Shark Tank, right? There's people all over the internet that want you to invest in their businesses. So now we're going to turn the tables, and I'm going to have people on that's going to try to do investments and pitch to us or do videos or something. And again, I mentioned this before, who's ever going to be in the Founders, they're going to be the ones that be first, top ones to be first to be able to invest in the companies. After that, then we're going to turn it into, okay, who wants to crowdfund and join us in getting this? And keep in mind, we're going to be doing something that's totally different because SSN Lifestyle, we're trying to make money for life. And remember that thing, what are your future goals? Here's the Stop Struggling Now future goals for everybody. Streams of income are coming in long after you've made an investment. So the bottom line to the story is we are trying to get equity. We are trying to get a percentage of profits, just what you see on Shark Tank. That's what we're going to be doing for new upcoming companies that's trying to get out here. And so we're going to have our investments. And when we do that, that means we're going to have a little bit of money going to the members from if they do become profitable and do blow up. Everybody gets to participate if you want to. So there you're going to have it. Where else are you going to have this ground floor grassroots type of thing? I don't know. I haven't looked to see if anybody else is doing this, but we're going to be doing it. All right? Because we want to make sure that we're going to be just like everybody else on Wall Street, everybody else who gets those insider deals, except this time we're going to be taking some off the table. So some of these people won't be going to them. They'll be coming to us first, and we might be able to have some first dibs on some stuff that people just came out with who can't get on Shark Tank. They didn't get approved. They didn't like their pitch. Might be some other people who couldn't even get past the first door where they say, hey, I got this business, but nobody wants to invest. Welcome. We'll check it out. That's going to be part of our thing. So now it's going to open up other doors, so you don't have to worry about that. You're not going to hear that story about, hey, Airbnb came out and they were offering people, give us $25,000 and we're going to give you shares worth 5 cents or 25 cents. You're not going to be upset because you're not going to miss out on some of those that you could have, as a group, could have got in for 25 grand. And then when the company blew up and their shares open up at $30, $40, and you're sitting there like everybody's like a millionaire damn near. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the SSN lifestyle that's coming. Nobody else is doing. And I know somebody's going to try and copy what I'm saying. Somebody already tried to copy my token thing. So even though they can do the tokens itself, but the percentages I was trying to do, like I said, we can't do. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to be doing. All right. So stay tuned. There's some other stuff coming because everything is going to be open, right? Let's talk about, we got real estate deals. All right. You guys haven't searched the channel. Go search the channel for real estate deals. All right. I did a video one time about a guy in Ohio, Mr. Craven. He sends me deals all the time. All right. These are multifamily properties. These are like a couple of $100,000, and all it takes is maybe 30 to 50,000, and some of these are already cash flowing. So, but most of the time in this day and age, they're not cash flowing like we used to. So I haven't been able to do anything with them lately. But some of these things from time to time, we're talking about 20% profits or a little fix up. And I mean little, because everything's already structured. So I pretty much know, spend 10 G's and now you get profits of 20% on your money annually. I like those numbers. So some of that could be on the table. That's going to be part of the SSN lifestyle as well. This is all about making people wealthy here. That's the object of the game. I'm not saying we're going to get there, but we're going to try and make it so ordinary citizens, you guys know this, OCs, can sit there and say, you know what? I think I want a little piece of this. Let's see what happens. And let's see how this runs out. And we want people to be making money while we sleep. That's the object of the game. So when we retire, what are our future goals? We're going to need some money. You can sit there and be like, you know what? That little investment that I started, look at this. We're all making money here. And that's how we're going to do it. All right. So that's another part to the equation. And you guys heard me talk about this before. You guys know Celsius Network down below gives interest daily. So again, the link is down below. Deposit $400 or more, and you get $40 in Bitcoin. So once again, you guys heard me talk about this before. Yes, you will be signing. You could sign up other people. Yes, you could be compensated for that. And yes, once you do that, you're going to be getting a check. And it's not a check because those people keep signing up more people. Yes, if you sign up more people, the bigger your check. Or whatever, however we set this up. But the fact of the matter is, you're still going to be getting a check because you signed up some other people. I'm going to make a pool So the fact that you actually signed up people, because who wants to sit up there and keep signing up people to get a check? That's not the object of the game. The object of the game is that you spent time, energy, effort, and money potentially to sign up people or introduce people to this. And then you're not getting paid anymore other than maybe some little kibbles and bits. I don't think that's fair. So you guys know I talked about this before. I think that if you sign somebody up, the company gets paid, right? So most of the time, the company is too busy filling their pockets. So that means they need more people to go out there and get some more people because they want to showboat and have the yachts and the boats and the planes and all this stuff, the big ass houses, instead of investing into the people and the company that got you there. So no, I'm not going to be buying no yachts, no boats, no none of that. No big ass house either. I've planned on the situation that is. Put the money into something. So then that way, people that actually got you there, now it's generating income. So now people that did help you and sign up people are getting paid. There are going to be, there's got to be some sort of ramifications on why a person would still get paid, but it's still going to be minimal. As long as the other people are staying in, doing whatever they want to do, they don't even have to do anything. Just as long as they're paying there'll be a monthly minimal, $20 maybe. But the thing is, as long as those people are paying and you brought them and showed them the thing and they signed up, then you're going to be getting paid, whether you decide to stay in the company or not. So it's going to go along that line. So I just want you guys to understand, this isn't some stuff that's normal. I do something, whenever I try to come out with something, I try to do something that the government starts scratching their head going, wait a minute, wait, this is being successful. Wait, there's lots of money moving around. Hold on. We got to start changing laws because he's making money for other people, ordinary citizens. We can't have that. All right. They don't mind when somebody says, give me $1,500 for a course, or come to my seminar and give me $1,500. And oh, by the way, since you're here, come to my special class and give me another $5,000. And I don't care, you don't have no money and you're here in the first place, but figure out a way, borrow it. And they still ain't made dime one. So no, it's not that program. Okay. This is the one where we're trying to get everybody up there. And you're still going to have to do a little work, of course, to earn it. But the point I'm trying to make is once you put in the work to earn it, why I just never understand why somebody has to keep earning it just to stay level. You're still out there 40, 50 hours a week, 20 hours a week, trying to sign people up, trying to get them to come here. Hey, we're doing this, that, and the other. Because if you don't do it, then you don't get paid. I'm just like, this is insanity. We're not doing that. All right. So anyhow, on with that. Coco Bongo. There you go. Good idea. That's it exactly. Keep me updated. Robbie D. All right. I'm waiting on that 10 minutes. Well, make it 11 minutes. All right. Thanks. Curtis Davis. Look at Eric laying the hookups on SSN Nation. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. No problem. What was the 1K earn and money deposit? Or what was the 1K earn and money deposit? Oh, Key Militant. I was referring to, there was an offer on my dad's house. And the guy said he'll give him like 180 for this. Not the house I'm in, but another house. And the guy says he'll give him 180. Here's the $1,000 earnest money deposit that I want to buy it. And then come to find out the guy's calling up later. Like he said he's going to close in 30 days. And then, of course, in Georgia, I find out you can use an attorney to do your closing. So then the guy calls up. It's 3 weeks later, and the guy calls up and says, oh, they were only appraised for 130, I think, which who knows? I'm like, that ain't what you signed up for. So I guess you better you got the extra 50 because you said 180. And that just shows right there that this is amateur hour. Or it's somebody that's trying to do some other finagling, because you should not be offering somebody $180,000 if a house is only going to appraise for 130. You're way off the mark. So the only thing I can figure from this is it's some okey doke YouTuber stuff that they're getting from some people who are trying to possibly do like a flip or wholesale deal or something of this nature. But my thing was, dude, you put down $1,000. I turned down a few other people because you said you're going to pay this in 30 days cash. And then all of a sudden now you're telling me about somebody that's appraising something and you can't get money. I'm like, whoa, wait, okay, no deal. And then I said, keep the 1,000 because that's what the earnest money is about. You wrote a contract saying here's 1,000 and I want to buy for 180. That's not up to me who's selling the property to figure out where you're going to get the money from. You're supposed to know when you're investing in real estate, you're supposed to know how much this property is worth. You're supposed to be doing your due diligence. And you damn sure shouldn't be giving up $1,000 in earnest money deposit if you try and you don't know. That's kind of crazy. So like I said, I pretty much figured it's somebody who's finagling because at that point, the guy's calling back talking about this appraisal and can you sell it for less? And so, you know, Dad's like, my son's here. He's like, I said, hey, look, this is why I don't deal with people in Georgia. Because I'm like, there ain't nothing to talk about. You can't call me up. I'm like, hey, it's already at the title company as far as I'm concerned. That's your problem. You don't need to call me up because it appraised lower or you can't get it funded. That's not my business. You made the offer. I was like, what are you calling up for? It's a no deal then. Next person, please. We're in the real estate. It's real estate right now. And we're in the supply and demand situation. We have more demand than supply. So you don't even have to mess around with this. But that's what the 1K deposit was about. You can make any deposit you want, but most people do the $1,000. You can do $500. You can do $1. I mean, it all depends on what the person will accept. He sold the house already? No, he didn't sell the house. No, because all these guys around here are playing games. You know, my dad's not really in the real estate game. It's just that, you know, I told him a long time ago, he's a veteran. So he bought some properties. So he doesn't really, when somebody calls up and says, hey, we're putting down 1,000, go to the attorney and do that. And then when the guy calls back and says, hey, we can only get appraised at like 130 or something. I was like, who's the appraiser? He's like, I don't know. I was like, so you don't even know if the appraiser really said 130 then? He's like, no. I said, well, why is he calling you? This makes no sense. And then he gets another call from another guy who starts talking the same old nonsense as far as I'm concerned. I'm used to investing in real estate. And the guy's talking about, well, I'm going to give you cash. 30 days. And will you take this letter that shows I have proof of funds? I was like, what planet is this on? Who's telling these people to do this? I said, this ain't 1950, 60, 70 where you can give somebody a promissory note and then act like that's cash. What are you doing around here? Yeah, so this next guy's talking about here's a piece of paper like proof of funds or something. And I was like, that's not, I was like, what do they think this is? Who's telling people to do this? Nobody's taking a piece of paper as proof of funds. That's not happening. This ain't freaking 1980, 1990, and he's not even buying multifamilies either. Either way, nobody's taking that right now. This is why the realtors are all going, hey, are you pre-qualified? Because I was like, hey, Dad, you should have a realtor to handle this. Because in this way, this nonsense wouldn't even happen. You know? So I was just like, this is just insanity. No, but he hasn't sold the house. Because one of the reasons he hasn't sold the house, in my opinion, he doesn't have it listed with the realtor. And actually, I think he would get more money than what it is because there are people now bidding on the same house, bidding the prices up for almost all properties. So it's one of those things. But hopefully my dad will listen to me while I'm here a little bit longer and actually list it with the realtor, put it on the MLS. And even if I don't even know if the house is worth whatever. I told him I'm going to look at it and see what the price really should be. Because you guys know, as a real estate investor, you should know how much the property is worth and how much, if you're an investor, how much you're willing to pay for it. Because those are two different things. As a buyer, you need to know how much the property's worth and what your offer should be. And as a seller, you should also know approximately how much your house is worth, but you damn sure should raise it up just because people are going to come in there and say, hey, we'll give you a little lower, but you should never start low. You always start high because you can always drop the price. All right. So that is how we're doing it around here. Real estate investing 101. Do not take notes where somebody says, I'm going to pay you cash and here's a letter that proves it. That doesn't prove nothing. As a seller, you're still going to get paid cash. So it doesn't matter if a person comes to me and says, hey, Eric, I got all cash. I'm like, that doesn't matter. If you have a loan, it's all cash to me. So I don't really care what you got to say about that. Just tell me you're giving me my whatever I'm asking, you're giving me that. Because either way, I'm getting all cash. I don't take notes. And then another guy calls up and says, will you do a carryback? I'm just like, where are these people getting this stuff? In case you're not familiar with the carryback in real estate investing, this is when somebody says, I'll do the same thing, $200,000 is the property. So then somebody says, hey, give me the keys to the property. We'll do a note where it says I owe you $200,000 and I'm going to pay you, let's say, $1,000 a month. Owner carries. That means he doesn't use bank financing. You are financing it if you own the property. Again, I don't know why I would do that. Not in 2021. Not necessary, because I can just rent it out if I'm just going to do that. So that's not even a thing. I'm like, the only way somebody's going to do that is if they're very, in trouble of some sort, where somebody could be behind 2 or 3 months and it might be foreclosure. So then they say, well, I'll give you 10 G's or something. And then will you carry it back? Somebody could be like that. But in this day and age, there may not be that many people that are desperate, because as soon as you can put a house on the market, it's going to be sold in the proper hands. Like I said, it's not in the proper hands right now. It's almost, my dad's just doing this, because he don't have nothing really to do. He just doesn't really care about that, realtor situation, because he can answer the phone. It's not like he's at work or something. He can go show it if he needs to. So that's probably, why he's not doing it. But I advised after the day, I'm just like, Dad, stop listening to this nonsense. Just go list it with the realtor. Give the realtor their freaking $7,000-8,000. But who cares? With the way these guys are operating, you're just going to keep answering phones, possibly going showing it for another month or two. So again, that is how real estate investing goes. And when you're on the side of being a seller, you get all these wacky deals because all these people on social media are telling people, oh, you don't need any money, just do this. A piece of paper, really? Proof of funds, a piece of paper? Come on. This stuff is getting to be ridiculous. I'm just like, man, what's wrong with you guys? This is not how we do it. All right. New is the iron steel making company. NUE, that's Nucor. That's right. Infrastructure bill. You might as well get on board with Nucor or any others. X, which is a steel, U.S. steel company, and also CLF. That's another company. Iron ore. So those are 3 companies that the infrastructure bill is going to help. And America needs infrastructure. Let's face facts. All this stuff over the 20, 30 years of not doing anything with your bridges, highways. This is dangerous situations here. Nothing lasts this long. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours and 34 minutes in. Please smash that like button. And I'm going to run after the real estate spiel. But again, if you're going to be in the real estate game, don't be playing around. If you really want to invest, then act like an investor. Sure, you can do these other things that people are talking about, like wholesaling. But in order to wholesale, you have to buy low, which is what I suspect some of these people are doing, trying to get it low, because then they know for $10,000 to $20,000 more, they can actually sell the house relatively quickly. So, but from a seller standpoint, why would you do that when you don't have to? I mean, especially when you don't have to. When you own a house free and clear, you don't have to do nothing, right? I mean, let's face facts. It's kind of crazy. So just think about that. There's always ways to buy real estate. And you guys know we've been talking about pre-construction Miami. You guys don't forget about that. If you guys missed that, please search the channel for pre-construction condos. And we included Miami in a couple of videos. And the new one, 501 Residences, it's also right by American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, right by the U.S. World Center that's coming out, 2 blocks away, which is just about right. Nativo is a block away from the World Center, just about right. But both of them are in the proper location, and they're both pre-construction, no credit, no qualifying. In fact, if you guys are still with me about the real estate, I forgot to tell you, 501 Residences, get this, they sold 40 units in the first day. You want to know why? 5% to reserve. The properties are 300, 400, and 600,000 because they're studio, 1 bedroom, and 2 bedrooms. So that means $30,000 or roughly $35,000 for the 600,000 2-bedroom unit, $35,000 to reserve, then 15% more in 90 days. So there's your 20%. But yes, that's their criteria. This one at 501 Residences is unbelievable. So there's your first 20%. And then guess what happens? 20% more is not due until the first quarter of 2022. And then another 10%, I believe it is, isn't due until 2023 first quarter. That's how lenient this one is. You're not even paying monthly, even though I guess you could pay yourself monthly and just hold it. But this is incredible. I couldn't believe it when I saw it there. I was like, 20% the first quarter of 2022? No monthly payments after putting down 20% now? So the next payment's not until February or March of 2022, at 20%. Yeah, that's another $100,000. But in some cases, it's less than that because the $350,000 property means $75,000. So again, there's always ways to do something. You just got to be looking for it. All right. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's about the end of the Friday night live stream. So I want to thank everybody once again for being here. And before you leave, please smash that like button so the YouTube algorithm says, wow, these guys were still doing this at 2 hours and 38 minutes. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like a little bit of what we were talking about as well, you can always search the channel because we've talked about this before. And we actually have videos on it, except for the SSN lifestyle stuff. That's only on the live streams. We haven't done a video on that one yet, but it's coming. So don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to thank you, everybody, once again for the gems that the SSN Nation provided. So hopefully this helps out a lot of other people. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we do talk about the real. That's why we have to talk about inflation. This is why we have to talk about what we need to invest in to combat the inflation. This is why we talk about getting those extra streams of income. This is why we talk about how to go about getting those extra streams of income, because it's going to be very important. After 2021, you're going to be on your own, and we don't want you on your own. We want you to say, woof, man, things are real bad, but at least I got 2 or 3 streams of income coming in to stave off some of this extra money that I'm going to have to spend. So with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.